God damn it! Like, are y'all trying to throw me off? Like, do me a goddamn favor. Get excited when I want you to get excited.
We're excited. I just said I didn't hit start yet, so
I like that the new start is going to start with "God damn it!"
Yeah, all right. Well, welcome everybody to the first formal session of Tales from the Yawning Portal. I've been trying to run this for a long time. I had one go one time, and we only had 2 sessions, and it crapped out. But that's none of you guys' fault, so I'm excited to have everybody here. First thing, did everybody put in their starting gold? Did y'all find out what your starting gold appropriately should be and put it on your page?
Mine's
I already did mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, I went and added 50 gold to everyone's sheets.
I thought I had more, but I wasn't going to question it.
Say what?
I thought I had more than I'd put in there, but I wasn't questioning it.
Yeah, I did that as a favor to you guys. Now, that said, when I first invited you all to the group, I sent you a quick little message that was supposed to be the note that you received. I have revised that note, and I'm going to share it with all of you now. It's showing up?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I'll go ahead and read it out loud to all of you guys. Each of you received a letter, and it was, sealed with blue wax, and on the seal you saw this symbol that is on your handout. And when you open the note, you read in very fine script, you have been selected as a candidate for an elite secretive military organization. If interested, you're expected to report for duty at the Yawning Portal Tavern in Waterdeep. Speak to the barkeep Dernan and ask for a Moon Age Daydream Ale. Nice. More details upon arrival. Good luck. P.S. Take this 50 gold dragons as both incentive and a prospective signing bonus. So that's where the 50 gold came from. With your letter, they tried to sweeten the deal and ensure that you would arrive at the Yawning Portal.
Moon Age Daydream is my favorite David Bowie song, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I literally, I was scouring. I was like, I had to make up a password, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I've been listening to a lot of Bowie. So I was like, oh, that sounds D&D appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you all received those notes. You saw that the seal had that symbol that's in it on it, as well as below the PS, there was a full copy of that seal, like not just the circular part, but the whole crest and everything, with no explanation. Now, what I need is for all of you to roll a d20. Let's see. $11, $2, $11, $6, $13. That's everybody. Yeah. All right. Well, the first of your party members to arrive is a female tiefling named Valeria, and she in the bustling port city of Waterdeep approaches just after nighttime has arrived. A massive bar with a sign out front that says the Yawning Portal Tavern. If I can either give you a better description of the bar or let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character. It's kind of your call. Valeria.
Tell a little bit more about the bar.
All right. This bar is enormous. It is obviously a very big attraction. It dwarfs some of the buildings nearby. It appears to be at least 3 stories tall. It's just an absolute monolith of a building. On the lawn, you see a lot of people standing around smoking their pipes or their cigarettes or whatever. You see one guy throwing up off in the bushes to the side. You see some people have a table set up playing what looks like flip cup. You see there's a vendor between. Well, first there's two entranceways. There's two large sets of double doors that you can go in either way, and between those sets of double doors, you do see a couple of vendors have just some tables set up selling trinkets and stuff like that. But yeah, you can smell the delicious smells of like smoked meats and stuff, as well as that kind of sour beer smell associated with any kind of pub. But even though it's pretty early in the evening, it looks pretty lively, pretty raucous, and there's just judging by the number of people on the line, it appears that it's a packed house. And you see at both of the double doors there's a guard posted, just kind of a bouncer guard combination. Neither of them look particularly attentive. They're just standing there to get paid.
All right. So Valeria is she's a rather tall tiefling, and she is just kind of she's native to Waterdeep, so she's just kind of walking in like this isn't her first time in this bar.
Oh, okay. You know of the yawning portal.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, she kind of nods at the bouncer as she walks in, like, "Hey, Douglas, how are you?" And just kind of strides in and makes her way to the bar, looking for.
All right. Well, upon entering the Yawning Portal Tavern, you notice it's loud, it's crowded. There's people all over the place. As I said, it's 3 stories tall. So the way that it's kind of designed, and you can see, can y'all see the map, the whole thing, or do you have to be inside to see it?
All we see is a pathway.
Grass.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the ends of where those paths end are the 2 doorways into the building. So if you can take your character just inside one of the doors.
I mean, we don't see any doors.
There are, I mean, literally just.
Oh,
right, I don't. Here and
like over here.
This is just a map that I found that will just do for my purposes. It's not one built into the module, so I had to just throw it in here. But yeah, those 2 points that I pinged are sets of double doors.
Ping again. I don't think you have us on the map that you're looking at.
Layer.
Oh, you're right. I don't. First DM plug.
Oh man, I was like, oh, I'm screwing this up already. Where are the doors at?
Now?
Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ping again.
Yeah, I mean, we can see the whole tavern.
Oh, you can. You don't. Yeah. The dynamic lighting's not working on it.
No.
I mean, no.
Nope.
Well, it's fine for now. But yeah, so as I said, there's the 2 doorways. If you want to take your character just inside, I'll kind of describe the inside of the bar to you. All right, so I said it's 3 stories tall. You can see there's kind of this main chamber in the middle where it looks like there's a bar and a bunch of tables and stuff like that. Around that are a set of there's. On each floor, there are like railings for hallways that go around the bar. And there are people crowded on every single floor, like leaning over the railings and shooting the shit and gambling and all kinds of stuff like that. In the middle of the central room, you see an absolutely enormous, what appears to be a well. It's got probably a 3-foot stone wall around it, but it is very easily the first thing someone would see and notice is out of the ordinary when they walk into this bar. It is a 40-foot wide well that goes deep beneath the bar. On the back side of the well is a man guarding what appears to be a cage lift that goes down into the well. And as I said, it's incredibly crowded. You look around, you can see just nearby you can see people gambling, a number of different tables set up for different kinds of card games and stuff. You can hear the not but kind of chop of what sounds like wood hitting each other, and you notice an entrance to what may be kind of a dueling ring in one of the rooms off to the left. Just 1 second, I gotta pull this thingy up here. Yeah, so there are a lot of different attractions. It's kind of hard when you come in to take stock of everything that's going on, because there seem to be, even for a large pub, there seem to be an abnormal amount of like games and events and gambling and all kind of attractions, as though this bar is part pub, part carnival.
I'd go there.
Left is the big wraparound bar, where presumably the barkeep Dernan would be located.
Mm-hmm. All right, Val's going to come around to the kind of front corner here. And does she see Dernan? She would know him.
There are two barkeeps. One is a young, in her 20s female human, and the other is an older looking gentleman who you know to be Dernan. Trying to get to customers as quickly as he can. I'm actually going to provide you guys with a handout of what Dernan looks like. So
it's in the yeah.
Oh, you already had that handout?
It was in the.
Yeah, we got that one. Something called Oakhurst, and then Oakhurst Oberlin.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't have those.
It's all right. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, but that's what Dernan looks like. He's a gruff looking guy with auburn hair, kind of slick back, greasy, and a big old biker looking mustache that combines into some sideburns.
Is this casted by Daniel Day-Lewis?
Absolutely, it's Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'm really interested in that, as he has retired from acting, so that's a good get.
It was a tough get, but I called him up on the telephone, and he said anything for you, Heath, especially if it's D&D related.
Nice. That's the only thing that would have pulled me out of retirement.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, not awards or honor or money. It's just that Heath was running his first D&D campaign, and he's my boy.
He's got his priorities straight.
Yeah. So Dernan sees you kind of standing at the corner of the bar and says, "Oh, Val, how you doing?" And walks over to take your order. Says, "What'll you be having?"
Well, I think I'm gonna have a Moon Age Daydream Ale, if you've got any. And she kind of looks at him like,
He takes a good. He pauses, kind of not shocked, but definitely surprised, and looks at you for a few seconds because, as you said, he knows you. Mm-hmm. And he goes off. He says, "All right, coming right up," and he goes to pour you a beer, and he comes back and he says, "Well, Miss Valeria, I didn't expect that you'd be asking for this particular beverage. However, I've been told to inform you that your initiation will begin in the morning, and you're encouraged to spend the night in the tavern. You have a room already paid for, and we would very much like for you to take this time to just have a good night at the bar, explore. I know you've been here, but if there's anything you haven't deigned to try, any events you haven't done, just have a good time. You're encouraged to have a good time tonight, because the thing you're here for begins bright and early in the morning." All right, so we'll cut from Valeria. That said, I'm going to move to another character, but I will go ahead and say you're all going to have to stay the night in the bar. So tomorrow, you just found out from Valeria, tomorrow morning is when your initiation process will begin. So who were all? We had 211, right? Yeah. Okay, so a little bit later, probably 30 or so minutes later, a young female tabaxi approaches the bar. or approaches the outside of the bar, and you see the same thing. Some people loitering around, some people playing flip cup, a couple of vendors, one quite gaudy, and the men at the door. What would you like to do, Ms. Note?
Yeah, so you see this tabaxi kind of in like a sharp purple long coat, kind of a vest under there, and she's walking up fairly, jovial, I guess, and she has her hand on the hilt of her rapier, and you hear her whistling.
Is that Aqua Boogie by P-Funk?
Sure.
As you're approaching and just whistling, hardly anyone takes note of you, but one of the vendors kind of sees you and sees the chance for maybe a quick sale and shouts over to you with a thick Russian accent. Come and try my wares. I have trinkets, I have jewelry, and is trying to get you to come in.
Yeah,
some cheap shit.
She'll go over and check it out. She's interested. She's curious.
All right, you approach and you see a dwarf, a very dark complected dwarf with, as you learned, had a very thick Russian accent. He is just gaudy. Like his robes are like shiny gold. He's got Mr. T levels of necklaces on. He's got like gold plates in his hair. He's got earrings. He's got gold rings on, like just gold from head to toe, and looks, like he should be much more wealthy than someone trying to hawk little goodies beside a bar. And he has a cart and a mule, but he has made his cart, it has like a little fold down flap to be a tabletop where he's got several trinkets posted up. And I will now turn it over to John to respond to you because that is his character.
Oh.
Hello, dwarf.
Hello, yes. How are you today? You look very lovely.
Well, it is a good thing to meet such an interesting dwarf. You remind me of things that from my hometown. We are much in the way of shiny objects to display ourselves. Tell me, what is it that you are selling here today?
Well, you have a good eye, and you've certainly come to the right place. I've got many wares for such a lovely tabaxi lady. I'm actually looking to sell some of my wares. Would you like any kind of perfumes or jewelry? We have many stock from many various parts of the world.
The perfumes do not interest me. I prefer the smells of sweet spice and the iron of blood.
Peculiar taste.
It's just the smell of sweat and combat is really what I find to be the most alluring scent that is. However, I do need some strings for my lute. Perhaps you can sell me a new set?
Oh, yes. I have the very finest of strings. They're made out of, and he pauses because he doesn't want to say catgut. They're very well done. If you'd like to inspect the wares.
Perhaps another time, my dear friend.
You sure?
Yes, it's been quite a pleasure speaking with you, but I do believe that the people of this inn need my services. It is time for them to be entertained, you see, and they have not seen anything such as the likes of me. I will show them the art of the dance.
Well, you good luck to your journey, and fine fortune fall upon you.
Thank you, good sir. And she walks on into the bar.
All right, which side, left or right?
The right.
Right. All right. You walk in. You see directly in front of you a couple of tables. Both seem to be hosting either one table's hosting a sort of dice game, the other's hosting a card game. You also see you're purple, right, Valeria? Val?
Pinkish.
You see a pinkish purple tiefling woman at the corner of the bar, conversing with Dernan, and Dernan says to Val, "Well, not to pry into your current doings, but how have you been, Val? I haven't seen you around here in a while."
Oh, Dernan, just trying to keep the orphanage afloat, keep all the kids happy and off the streets as I can. You haven't seen Thomas hasn't come by again, has he? Asking for change. I'm trying to get him off that bit. He's picking up some bad habits from the other boys. He hasn't been around again, has he?
I've not seen him in about 2 weeks. You're making me switch into Australian. I play an Australian character. Damn you. And so Dernan says, "No, we haven't seen Thomas around here. God damn it, we haven't seen him around here in a couple of weeks." And he notices Tabaxi walk into the bar and comes a little bit south of where Val is at.
I come in like kind of with a flourish, like, "Greetings! It is me, Stiletto Note. I have come to bring great entertainment to your establishment. Please tell me where it is that I can perform."
Well, what kind of performance are you looking for there?
Oh, it is not what I am looking for. It is you that is looking for this. And she's going to use this little by popular demand because it's probably the only time I can do this in this whole thing. But I can always find a place to perform, usually in an inn or tavern, but possibly with a circus or theater or even Noble's Court. At such a place, you receive free lodging and food of modest or comfortable standard, as long as you perform each night. And I say, I have come to show you the art of the blade dance.
Well, you're in luck. We have some of the finest. God damn it! I can't get away from this Australian, and it is fucking me up.
Just make Australian, dude.
I think Brandon's just going to be Australian now. Well, you're in luck here at the Yawning Portal Tavern. We're actually quite known for our bare knuckle boxing circuit as well as our fencing circuit. So, if you want to make your way there's a room in the very back of the bar where you could perhaps find an opponent if either of those are your fancy.
It was more of a display that I wanted to do. But if there are champions that need to gladiate, then it would be my pleasure.
Val's gonna jump in real quick, and she's gonna say, "Dunnan, the woman wants to dance for us. Let her dance, and I want to buy her a drink. What do you take, love?"
Well, there is this new ale that I've heard. I would love to try. The Moon Age Daydream.
And his jaw just kind of falls open. He's like, two of you right here at once.
And Val's gonna look at you and say, "The lady favors us."
All right. Well, you know what? This is my bar. Fuck it. And he walks over and he pours you a beer. Like just knocks the fucking switch to the side. Sloshily pours a beer. Walks back, slams it down, and says, "You can hop up on the bar."
Oh, this is going to be wonderful. I cannot wait to show you. And she hops up to the bar very nimbly, just like a cat, just stands up and she says, "Room, I need your attention, please."
Many people in the nearer half of the room turn to you, but many in the back, it's so loud they don't even hear you.
Noticing that she doesn't have the full attention of the room, she has a very small horn kind of on a necklace around her neck, and she pulls it up, and she has this little holster that allows her to have it at her lips without holding her hands.
Like a Bob Dylan harmonica?
Yeah, but like a little horn. And she blows the horn one good time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, even up to the third floor, the people on the railings and stuff all turn toward you. Some of them looking kind of pissed that you're interrupting, and others intrigued, and others just surprised by the noise. But you have the bar's full attention, and there are hundreds of guests.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to see Note pull out a rapier, very finely crafted rapier, and a whip. And she snaps the whip on the bar, and it like just cuts like a cocktail napkin in half, and like a little flutters up or whatever. And she starts doing this exercise or this routine where she's like kind of swinging her sword and cracking her whip like kind of in rhythm to this song that she's playing through her horn. And it's almost as like each of her sword kind of adds to this kind of subtle layer of sound. And as she keeps going, it gets faster and faster and faster till it just becomes this rise of intensity. And then at the very last, she like flings the rapier down right into the middle of the bar, curls her tail around it, and whips her whip around it to where we're all like kind of just and says, "Thank you. It was my pleasure to perform for you."
Many of the patrons nearest you who are quite intoxicated from staying so near the bar just burst into applause. Like you have people, woo, like hooting and hollering. And yeah, I mean, the bar is just in a raucous state now. I mean, if it wasn't, happy hour before, it sure is now.
Yeah, I would think, Valeria, if you have any kind of sense with martial works and at least, with weaponry, not only was it just this kind of beautiful dance, but there was really
actionable movements in there.
Yeah, like you could see that that she's pretty well trained, and but she has definitely made an art of her sword form, of her fencing form.
Yeah. Well, Dernan, comes helps you down from the bar as the perfect gentleman, and he kind of leans in and whispers, "Well, that was phenomenal. I'm sure that'll help out me tip jar, but I am required to tell you that the meeting for which you came to this establishment will not be until the morning. So, as I told your new friend here, you're encouraged to use all the facilities the Yawning Portal has to offer and have an excellent evening. You have a room provided for you. Just ask me whenever you need to go to your room."
Thank you, Michael, most gracious host. And then she slinks off the bar and sits next to Valeria and says, "Thank you for the drink." And, they kind of go into conversation and go to the next.
Yeah, cool. All right. So, and I'm going to let you do this. I've already described the front and inside of the bar. I'm not going to do it every single time, but Will, your character approaches and sees the same thing on the lawn that everybody else did. Some people milling about, some people maybe throwing up, some people playing drinking games, the vendors.
All right, I'm just gonna ignore all of them, and I'm just gonna walk into the bar.
Same deal. You walk in. I mean, it's a smoky, crowded bar, 3 stories high. I mean, it really is stunning. Like when you walk in, there's none of you have ever seen, except for Val, who lives in Waterdeep. But even for Waterdeep standards, which is a large town with a lot of large attractions, this is the biggest bar in town. I mean, it's much more than just a bar. I mean, it's renowned, and upon entering, you can see why. It is humongous, crowded, and it's in my mind, I think of it as the Dave and Buster's of Waterdeep. So you entered in the left side.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So when you enter in the left, you see the wraparound bar. You see the enormous well kind of in the middle of the room. But you, more than the people who walked in on the right, you smell the aromas of food. And you notice to your left, there's a room that appears to be some kind of restaurant. It's like this bar is so large, it has its own separate restaurant.
Okay.
As well as more gambling tables and there's actually a pool table, like a billiards table, over on the left, past the first two doors to rooms. I'm just providing you with like what you see.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, if you're going to kind of tell us what are we looking at? Who's this character?
Faranor, he's a high elf. I mean, I don't.
What's distinct about high elves as opposed to other kinds of elves?
They're tall. Not entirely sure. I never really looked into that.
Okay, well, I mean, is he light complected, dark complected, long hair? Like,
Oh yeah, he's got long black hair, like got red eyes, 6 feet tall.
Yeah, red eyes is unique for sure. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a kind of intimidating looking guy.
I kind of like nudge Val, just gonna cock my head over at him as he walks in.
Yeah, like I'm at home in a bar because sort of like the background, the character.
Nice.
But like I'm just wearing like a black robe, just kind of sitting at the bar, ignoring everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's not Dernan, but his other bartender, a blonde-haired female human, approaches and says, "Yeah, what can I give you, love? What will you be having? Welcome."
Yeah, I have a.
Sorry, didn't mean to get past me courtesies. I've been a bit stressed today.
It's quite all right. I'll have a moon-aged daydream ale.
Dernan, we've got another one. And Dernan doesn't even come to you first. He goes ahead and gets the beer, walks over, hands you a beer, looks you up and down. He's a pretty grizzled looking fellow, and says, "Evening, master. I'm Dernan, the barkeep, and owner here at the Yawning Portal, and I've been instructed to inform you that your meeting will take place in the morning, and your initiation will begin at that point. Until then, please feel free to have an excellent night at the Yawning Portal. Try some food, try some ale, maybe gamble a bit. Hell, get in a fight if you want. I don't care. But the Moon Age Daydream scenario here will not continue until in the morning."
All right. I appreciate it.
No problem. And if you like, and he hands you, it looks like a menu, but it's not a menu. It is a list of all of the attractions that the Yawning Portal has to offer, which is substantial.
All right.
And
like an actual list, or
I'm going to read you the list.
Okay.
Just quickly. So they have here at the Yawning Portal, they have many things to offer in the ways of enjoyment. The first and most noticeable of which is gambling. So there are several tables set up that have host a dice game known as a Vondra's Favor. Which, I mean, if I'm not going to tell you any of the rules of the games or whatever, but there's a Vondra's Favor, which is a dice game. There is a ring toss, which is like a carnival game type thing. Try to win prizes. There is, as was mentioned earlier, there's a fighting pit in the back behind the bar that hosts arm wrestling competitions, fencing, as well as bare knuckle boxing competitions, and you can enter as a contestant in any of those, or you can bet on. They have bookies that you can take bets on those activities. Obviously, there are numerous bards posted up throughout the bar, singing songs and playing instruments and stuff like that. There are jugglers and jester type people. You even see one guy juggling daggers, and he's got a pretty sizable crowd around him. Upstairs, I mentioned there's a restaurant off to your left. Upstairs, you see, you read about it, but you also can kind of see the the place is so large. Even the wraparound sections upstairs are large enough to have tables that have activities and stuff. And up there are darts competitions, like a game of darts. There are some pool tables upstairs. There's one downstairs. There are many tables set up for specifically drinking games, like competitive drinking games, like Flip Cup, stuff like that. There is, you see at the bottom of the sheet on the third floor, there is a brothel, straight up. No upscale pub in Waterdeep will be completely without a brothel. As well as what is referred to as a relaxation den. And oddly enough, you see on the sheet that the Yawning Portal even hosts its own library / lounge / reading room.
Yeah, where's that?
Oh well, the library is on the second floor, off to your left. You can't miss it. You go upstairs. It's like the second door on your left. It's quite large. It's the one with all the books in it.
All right, that's where I'm going.
Okay. Well, before that, let's get to Cam. How does your character approach the Yawning Portal?
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little difficult because of who he is. He is extremely fucking skittish. The fact that he's even inside these city walls is just way out of his comfort zone.
And why is that?
Because he's a Sasquatch. and there are people everywhere. Like, he's never seen anything like this. People scared the shit out of him. He's been hunted. You know, people are always looking for him. But somehow he ended up here. And he's not extremely well spoken, so it's been a struggle for him to find the bar. But he comes up on this building, you know, it's loud, there's racket, music, you know, like you said, he could probably hear people fighting, stuff like that. So he approaches kind of cautiously, and
roll. I think you'll be fine with this. And for the record, like, he is a legitimate Sasquatch, like we all are familiar with, like, the Sasquatch beef jerky commercials. Like, he's a fucking actual Sasquatch.
Yeah, I mean,
he's hairy.
Exactly. He's extremely hairy. He's 7.5 feet tall. He's big, and you know, sometimes hard to miss, sometimes very easy to miss.
roll
Oh shit, he's fuzzy.
Roll me a stealth check, Cam. Okay, you try to sneak past the door guard without being noticed whatsoever, and you damn near do it. But at the last second, he kind of turns and he says, "Oi, big fella, what the hell are you?"
And he just kind of grunts and pushes this piece of paper that's been sent to him, pushes it forward at the guard.
And the other guard runs over to his fellow doorman there and says, "Hey man, like, let him be. You see what the stamp on that thing is? And look, hey, we're accepting of all kinds here at the Yawning Portal. Waterdeep support city. We're not trying to give you any guff based on your race. So have a good night." And he turns to his buddy and he's like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, how many times are you going to get in trouble for messing with people that look a little different?" And so you try to sneak past, but they do notice you. But you enter the bar unmolested.
Note upon seeing him walk in, "Oh my, what a great gift the gods have bestowed this amazing, incredible creature to come to me. This seems to be exactly what it is that I'm looking for. You there, creature, Big Harry, come to me. Come speak with me. I have a thing to talk to you about. Come."
Shep stands his ground. He's just kind of looking around, checking everything out, observing.
I'll lean over to Val because we've kind of probably established that Val's from here, you know, the kind of banter or whatever. I say, Val, do you know this great, majestic creature?
Does Val know Shep?
No.
I'm assuming Shep is not native to Waterdeep.
Shep is not native to Waterdeep.
And I can see everybody pointing over there at him. I'm gonna turn around like, oh shit, it's Sam Squanch.
Darren speaks up and he says, "Oh, indeed, it appears it is. Hey, big fella, can I get you a drink, maybe?"
Shep walks up to the bar right beside. Is it Farinor?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm just eyeing you like daggers because I know what you are, but I've never met one.
yeah, Shep looks down at him, notices he's looking, and he's like, "Shit," and turns back to Durnan and again just pushes the paper at him, like, "You help."
Darnan grabs it, doesn't even open it, like looks at the seal, hands it back to you, says, "You can hang on to that, big fella. You'll be wanting a Moon Age daydream." And he goes over and pours you a beer and brings it back and says, "So this is the Yawning Portal Tavern. Good luck. I mean, good job finding your way here. You're obviously not from around here. But as I've informed these other fellas at the bar, damn, it's weird you all got here at the same time. You'll all be having a meeting in the morning to address these letters. But until then, you have a room paid for you. You don't have to worry about any coin for that. But you'll be staying the night here, and we encourage you to use the facilities to have the best night of your life before starting your initiation tomorrow."
Notes over there, and she's just like looking at him. She's like, yes. Oh, I could think of so many great costumes for this. Yes. Excuse me, sir, or a ting, or whatever it is that you are. My name is Stiletto Note. It is a pleasure to meet you. Please tell me, how do you come to be such a thing?
How'd you become a youth?
Yeah. This one would need much work. And she leans back to Val. She says, "You see, I am the master of ceremonies of my troupe, and I have come here to find new and exciting stars for my show. And he just has star power written all over him. I can't wait until the kids of Chult see him. He's like a more handsome Girion. It's amazing."
You speak much.
You speak much.
Yeah.
You speak little, my friend.
All right.
Shep picks up his Moon Age daydream and takes a sip and immediately slams the glass back down and spits it out.
I don't think that he likes the air.
Poison.
You want something stronger, big fella?
I want something not poison.
Oh, you want some water?
Oh, well, sure, yeah. And he goes
and he points at Val and says, nods.
Not a heavy drinker. That's all right, dear. We'll drink enough for you. And she gives him a little wink.
Well, Darren goes to his water, I guess, trough. I don't know what a medieval bar would have for water. There's a giant well, but there ain't no water in that bad boy. But he ladles you abnormally
pitcher.
Well, that's the thing. He brings you just the pitcher. Like, he sees how fucking big you are. He doesn't want to offend you any further, so he brings you a whole pitcher of water.
And Shep downs it and smiles, just very hideous, like ugly, goofy smile.
Like a Harry and the Henderson.
That's all I'm picturing is that Harry and the Henderson.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So at this point, it's been a couple hours, I'd say, in the arriving of each person. And the merchant outside, seeing that, he's probably made all the gold that he's going to make for the day, or perhaps just wanting to go and get a drink, he decides to call it a night and flips down the flap of his cart table thing and hands the reins of his cart to a little serving boy that has
The valet.
yeah, the valet pretty much, and tells him to go stable his cart and mule.
Don't scratch it.
Yeah, and now, John, you may progress, and if you want to, well, we describe what's your character's name?
His name is Zoltan. Zoltan Tubbs.
Nice.
And
I love it.
yeah, and anyway, so I'm guessing it's about sunset right now or something.
No, it was after dark when the first.
After dark. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and proceed up the steps and just kind of snap my fingers to a lamp that doesn't have any fire to it. Just light it real quick, just kind of helping out the guards and whatnot so they can see, And anyway, he's just gonna proceed on inside, and I guess he'd go ahead and start going towards the bar table and or the counter.
Well,
and,
have you prior to this been in the bar?
I would imagine yes. This is not his first day of actually coming here.
Oh, okay. So
but he doesn't really know the barkeeper or anything like that.
Well, have you been staying at the inn or?
No. He's just been trying to sell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Dernan comes to your end of the bar. Says, "Oh, Master Dwarf, have you had any luck with your sales of your wares today?"
And he's relatively short, so he's just like, well, God damn it, I went to Scottish for a second. Okay. Well, not so much. It's very busy trying to sell outside your amazing establishment, but there is much traffic. So I think tomorrow will be much better. And then he just because you can't quite see him over the bar counter, he just kind of slaps a gold coin over the top of the over the counter. You just pretty much just see his hand.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'll take a Moon Age Daydream. You've heard of this, yes?
Oh,
do you know?
Oh, another one. How fortuitous you've all arrived so relatively close to one another. I can certainly provide you with a Moon Age Daydream. And he goes and kind of slaps the top of the spigot or whatever and pours you a beer real quick and brings it over and says, "But I don't think you'll be doing much selling tomorrow, because tomorrow morning your initiation begins. So
that's so.
I've been informed to tell you have a room paid for you for the night.
Oh, lovely.
And you will be staying here for the evening, and we encourage you to have the night of your life before your initiation meeting tomorrow morning."
Now, is this compliments only to the room, or is there also any kind of expenses already paid for your establishment as far as any kind of entertainment goes?
Oh, he's a cheeky one, is he? You've had a room paid for you.
Yes.
That's it. if you want to partake in anything else, there's all kinds of games and activities for you, but they are independent of me. I just work the bar. So if they charge an entrance fee or you want to bet on something, that's your gold. However, Teenage Daydream's on the house. Here you go.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and take that. And then he just kind of fishes for that gold coin and puts it back in his pocket.
I just imagine a cat trying to get something off of a table.
All we can see is the top of his braided head and just a little nubby hand taking it back.
All right. So at this point, you've all arrived. You all have been to the bar, talked to Dernan, been informed of your meeting, which will be in the morning, and that you have a night to kill. So that said, the list that I gave, or that Dernan gave Farinor, at this point, what I'd like to do in the way that I've set this up is that I want all of you to spend a night maybe getting to know each other or going and having some fun. And I've set up a bunch of mini games basically to make this the Dave and Buster's of Faerun. And I want you guys to spend a little bit of time. We're not going to take forever on it, but play a couple of games or or investigate or whatever you want to do with this giant fucking Dave and Buster's bar.
Well,
So,
as I said, I definitely am up for the fencing.
well, I will say, a few moments after the dwarf kind of settles in at the bar, someone approaches from the very back of the bar, and it is a hold on, who is it on my sheet?
Drum roll.
It's a live-looking female human with like platinum blonde hair, and she approaches the Stiletto. Or do you want to be called Note?
Yeah.
Note. She approaches Note and taps you kind of roughly on the shoulder.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you, beautiful, striking lady?
I saw you fight, or not fight, but dance fight earlier, and my
yes, you
master
appreciate the beauty of the blade.
Well, it was wonderful. But
Yes,
my master has told me to come and ask if you would be so kind as to come and check out the fighting pits. He's my master is not he. It's a she. My master is called Katie the Cold, and she requests your attendance for a fencing duel that's about to take place in about 5 minutes.
I would love to bring my jungle heat to this Katie the Cold.
I fucking love it. Yeah, so you go so you go with her?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I mean, is anybody else trying to see this?
Val's
Come,
gonna
Val,
watch this.
Let me
for
show
sure.
you what it is that I do.
No, I've got my notebook out and I'm just like taking as much notes as possible about Shep. I've got like a drawing of him.
You're just like furiously scribbling.
Yeah.
Shep wants to fight too. Like, I don't know from where we're at if we can hear the sounds of combat and people fighting.
Well, you heard from her that where she is directing Note to is the fighting pits, which is where any of the like fight-based activities would be going on.
Yeah.
So
Shep wants to do that.
So Shep just kind of follows without being invited.
Yep.
Paranor is like skulking behind us. He
He
walks like this. His gait is this many feet, you know.
So it's going to be Farinor, Shep, and Note go into the fight.
And Val.
Okay.
Both are done.
And you leave the dwarf just chilling, drinking his
He doesn't even see us get up. He can't see over the bar.
No.
Okay, so she guides you to the very back of the first floor's, kind of central chamber. And I don't have it on the map, but there is a door in the back, and you go out the door, and in the backyard, there's a fenced-in area that you can see the ground in a roughly circular, like more oval area is beaten down as though by the feet of competitors. Okay. But as you come out, the serving girl directs you to a woman who appears to be probably in her late 30s, early 40s, also with almost identical platinum blonde hair, and says, I found him. Or found her. I'm so sorry.
It is quite
the girl is so nervous to offend you. But she directs you to what you can probably infer as a relative of hers. And Katie the Cold says, thank you, Marguerite. How do you do, Miss?
Note. You can call me Stiletto Note, or Note for short.
Miss Note. I am...
Have you heard of me?
I'm called Katie the Cold. I'm a patron and competitor in the Yawning Portal's famed fencing dueling circuit. And I saw your performance on the bar earlier, and though it was a dance, it looked as though you might be quite good with that blade.
I am quite excellent indeed, yes.
Well, I'm going to be frank, all right? I'm the best damned fencer in Waterdeep. on this circuit. And I've gotten so bored with the fencing lately that I'm looking for a new competitor, someone to fight against me, who not only will provide me with a challenge, but also might, make it a bit more lucrative for the betting and the bookies.
Well, allow me to present to you myself, Stiletto Note, mistress of the Song of the Blade, master of ceremonies for the dancing duelist, and Tabaxi of the illustrious Port Nyanzaru. I am here to show you what it is that I can sing with, how you say, a blade?
So you'll accept my invitation then?
I believe that is what I just said with too many words.
All right. And she says, wait just one moment. And she pokes her head into the bar proper, the main chamber, and yells, "Katie the Cold has found a challenger!" And a lot of people,
I am just loving this. Showmanship is incredible.
A lot of people perk up and they like, oh shit. And immediately, probably 20 or 25 people on the main floor start crowding out the door and form a circle around the beaten down ring. And she gestures to you to enter the ring.
Note leans over to Val and she says, "Well, now I need a crier. Please, will you announce me as I step into the ring?"
Absolutely. Tell me, what was that bit again? Something about
Mistress of the Blade of Song.
Yeah.
Why aren't you writing this down? No, I'm just
kidding. It's right up here. Right up here.
Okay. Mistress of the Song of Blade, or the Blade of Song. See, I can't even remember. Now I'm losing my voice too. Hold on. And I'm also the master of ceremonies for the dancing duelist of Port Nyanzaru.
Okay, right. All right. Okay, and Val, is there a chair nearby that she can pop up on?
Of course there is.
Shep kneels down and offers his knee for her to stand on.
She says, "All right, yeah, thanks."
Which is like 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Thanks, love. And she kind of braces herself on your shoulder and she says, "Come one, come all. We have the Lady Stiletto Note and her mystical, magical Song of Blade."
Not doing great. Keep it going.
The mistress of ceremonies for the dueling dancers. Yeah.
Dancing duelist.
Dueling, yeah, that one. From the illustrious Port Nyanzaru. Come and see her crush Katie the Cold. Is that her name?
Yes, Katie the Cold.
Right, yeah. Katie the Cold. See her get warmed up by this kitty. I don't know. I lost it there at the end. Sorry, love. She just kind of pops down.
We'll get it down with practice. That was not bad. And I appreciate what you did. Thank you.
So people had already been kind of hooting and hollering, like excited that there's a new challenger and a fight worth watching. You've kind of gathered that although the fencing duels occur quite frequently, it seems that Katie's kind of been mopping the floor with the competition lately. And after Val's mesmerizing speech, several of the people shut up and just kind of look at her like, that's it? Like, okay, like, whatever. But a couple of them are like, yeah, take her on. Put the claws on a cat lady. And this is one of my several mini games that I have constructed for you guys. So the way this is going to work is that obviously Note will be a contestant in the fight against Katie the Cold. There are bookies around, and any of you can and are encouraged to bet on the fights. It's like kind of this is very much a gambling bar. Like everybody's looking to make a bet on everything that happens.
I'll tend like to join in on that.
He doesn't even hear the shit. He just sniffs out the gold.
Yeah.
So that said, does anybody want to bet on either of the contestants?
I definitely want to place a bet, but before Note goes to, get in the ring or whatever, Val's going to kind of grab her by the shoulder and be like, here you go. And she's going to flip a gold coin at her and says, keep that for good luck, yeah? And then she's going to make her way over to the bookie.
All right. And the bookie is a gruff half-orc man who says, you trying to place a bet?
Yeah, let's put 10 gold on the lovely little cat lady there.
All right, it's 10 gold on the cat lady. Any other takers? Cat lady or Katie the Cold?
I just kind of like pull at his clothing a little bit.
Shep doesn't know what's going on with betting. He doesn't know how that works. He just sees people handing this little half-orc piles of gold. So he's just keeping his eye on it for right now.
Yeah. I
don't know about this.
Well, he feels a tug on his pants and looks down and says, "Oh yeah, Master Dwarf, what could you trying to place a bet here?"
Yes, I'd like to place 5 on Katie the Cold.
All right, so I've got 5 on Katie the Cold. I got 10 on the cat lady. Any other takers? Well, the match will start in approximately 1 minute. Any other takers?
No, I'm not betting.
You see several other people like come up and place their bets on their respective person. All right, so the way that this...
Well, hang on. After seeing all of this, Shep finally walks up and drops his little gold pouch, and he's going to put all 50...
Oh, my God.
...on Kitty.
All 50s on Katie the Cold?
No.
Okay.
On Note.
On Stiletto Note.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
he just kind of drops it and points at her. Ugh.
He says, "Oh, big spender here, huh?"
I'm just like, interesting. He knows how to bet.
I just see the pile of gold, and I'm just like,
yeah. Everybody else is doing it, and they're smiling and laughing. So he walks up and drops everything he's got. He has no idea what he just did.
All right. Well, we've got a fight here. It looks to me like all bets in. There's around 250 gold riding on this fight. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our champions. And everybody, woo, let's get it. Go, Katie.
Yeah, like while this is going on, Katie has Note has taken off her overcoat and kind of folded it over kind of the side of the ring or whatever. And she's just been kind of like stretching and doing some flourishes with her.
Yeah. So the orc walks into the middle of the ring, and with a booming voice, he says, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, the fight is about to begin. In this corner, we have Katie the Cold, the reigning champion, the undefeated, and
I'm cheering.
Her whole posse.
I need that money.
And the dwarf cheers, and her challenger in the other corner. What was it again?
Stiletto Note.
Stiletto Note, the wild cat woman of the jungle. And so all bets in and everything. The way this game is going to work is and he tosses each of you a wooden sword.
I see that we are doing this as if we are children.
Hey, we're a respectable establishment. We don't want any unnecessary bloodshed. This is points-based fighting.
I understand. This would be no problem with me.
Yeah, so he tosses each of you a wooden sword. I mean, there's numerous different styles. Like he's got a thinner one for you because you've got a rapier. Mm-hmm. Actually, both of them are because she uses a rapier as well. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to have each contestant is going to roll D20s plus their dex. Okay? Anything above a 15 is a point. A 19 or above is 2 points. And the first to 5 points wins.
Okay.
So give me just 1 second because I gotta grab my piece of paper to tally this shit up.
Mm-hmm. I think that I will make short work of this Katie the Cold.
I hope so. Big Shaggy put down 50 on you.
Oh my, that is quite the bet. Do not worry. You have done wise. to put your confidence in me. Stiletto note.
Adam, why is your face not showing up?
Because I'm showing the map for Dane.
Okay.
I didn't even realize Dane was in here.
He's sneaky.
Yep.
Oh, is he just observing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun. All right, so the fight commences as the little girl, Katie's sidekick, blows a whistle and shouts, "Begin!"
All right.
So roll a d20 plus your dex modifier.
So a dex. Hey, not good.
11. So that is not a hit. All right, so you Stiletto Note flourishes in, tries a quick stab, but Katie is champion for a reason, and she deftly blocks it aside. Now, excuse me. Now I'll roll a d20 plus her dex. She knocks your sword aside and catches you not with one but two quick thrusts to the abdomen.
A counterattack.
Oh my! She is quite the fighter. This one. I did not expect to find such talent here in Waterdeep.
Yeah, well, you never want to underestimate us here.
What an interesting turn of events.
It's all right. No, you just stirring them up in the first to get them in the last. I know how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, rope-a-dope.
That's exactly correct. I watch as a fencer, master fencer at work, and she.
You miss it. You come in for another one, try to be more precise this time, and just you get closer to catching her, but she just barely pivots at the last minute, and you miss.
There goes my money.
Yeah.
Good.
And then he tries to come in with a sweeping blow or an kind of arc and catch you on the shoulder, and with your feline grace, you nimbly dodge out of the way.
Nice.
So roll me another one.
Hey!
1. All right, there you go. Yeah. So as that happens, you flourish around her arm, and just like with a side poke, like in a very awkward angle because you're a cat and you're nimble and everything. You like are facing her, but still like not stab her, but poke her in the side, like coming directly from that side.
It is 2-2 now.
And you score a point.
Now we fight. Now we sing the song of the blade.
Hey, you won't be singing after this.
Katie, please fight me with grace.
And she's a little bit flustered. Tries to go in for a hard stab to the chest, and you pivot out of the way. Oh, we're going back and forth. It's like a Three Musketeers fight. Like you're both fucking swinging and both dodging out of the way.
I just needed to dance a bit. Do not worry. I will place my point when I want to.
Still, she swings and misses again.
We dance. This is a ballet.
Val's like, stop dancing and start striking.
All right.
Nice.
I will do that for my new friend. This one is for you. And she does a V kind of.
Yeah, and you catch her just lightly. Like obviously, like this point fighting is beneath me, and I don't even need power to get my points in. And you catch her quite embarrassingly as she like stumbles a little bit, and you catch her twice. And you now have 3 points.
I have 4 points.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Wait, what was your? 21 was the first one. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
4-2.
But she recovers and catches you in the leg.
Okay.
With the 1 point.
And says, "You won't be taking my championship that easily."
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
And yeah, you try to counter that one, and she's a little more on her guard now, and jumps like hard to the left and dodges it.
Can I use True Strike?
I mean, I hadn't thought of doing magic in this, really. I mean, you can try to get away with it, but if there's any evidence of magically tampering with the fight, you'll be disqualified.
Okay, all right.
She catches you with 2.
Yeah,
that's a 5.
And that's the win. She comes up after jumping hard left. She swings around and fakes, and then you fall for it. And she catches you once on the tip of the nose, and then kind of flourishes it around with her wrist and catches you with a poke right in the ribs, and says, "I'll be keeping my championship."
No, it says, "You are quite the dancer. I am most impressed." And she like bows graciously, or just well fought, my dear. Katie the Cold. Katie the Cold.
Woo! Katie the Cold! Like everybody's freaking out because that's the best fight they've seen in a while.
Note walks over to Shep and gives him. I will not pay for all of your losses. I did not tell you to bet on me for so much, but here's 20.
Oh, that's nice of you.
That's so sweet.
Shep looks confused
right now.
Val's like watching Shep, and I'm gonna say she sees like all of his confusion, and she's gonna kind of go over and like sidestep up to him and be like, "Buddy, do you actually know anything about betting? Have you ever done it before?" Talking to Shep.
What is bet? What is bet?
All right. How about this? Stick with me and don't take your gold out unless I tell you to, okay?
Okay.
All right. Rock on. Yeah.
So if you bet on Note, take that money out of your inventory. And the one person who bet on the competition, John, you can add 5 more gold to your inventory.
Shit, yeah, dude.
What were the odds if Note won? Just 2 to 1?
I wasn't doing odds, dude. I'm just
Right. No, I would like you just hear an ecstatic short Russian, just hugging the orc right now. I won.
Note goes over to Katie and says, and it extends her hand or her paw. It says, "Katie the Cold, it was a pleasure to dance with you."
And Katie, kind of throwing off her gruff demeanor, like actually beams at you, like smiles really big, shakes your hand, and kind of pulls you in for a hug and says, "That was the best fight I've been in quite a while. I hope you'll come back." And
I come to invite you to Port Nyanzaru. You come there. You come to the gladiator arena, and I will get you a fight in front of thousands of screaming fans. It will be the most interesting and the most dynamic fight that you have ever seen. Perhaps if you like it, you could join my team.
Lovely. How are you all the way over here from Nyanzaru, and when are you going back? I mean, I'm always looking for a job opportunity.
I will be spending some time here as I am recruiting many dancers. However, if you can't go, you need only say my name. And they will take you into my troop. Ask for the dancing duelist.
Well, how about this? How about I'll keep raking in my winnings until you decide you're going back to Port Nyanzaru, and when you do, come hit me up, and I will be happy to try out this new job opportunity.
And Note says, "Oh, that sounds like a brilliant plan." And she shakes her hand again, and there's just Katie the Cold.
And Stiletto Note.
May the songs ever be in tune. And
Stiletto Note has potentially recruited her first member of her dancing gladiator crew. Katie the Cold. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do now? Like I said, I want you guys to do a few of these activities because I prepared so many of them, and I don't, I want this to be a good time for you guys to kind of feel out your characters' personalities, get to know each other a little bit, and, like I said, bet some gold and check out all the cool facilities. And
Oh.
Faramir does
Now
have
that
a-
I'm truly embarrassed myself, please let us find some other activities to do. Somebody else. What can we do?
wasn't Shep interested in
Yeah.
other forms of fighting?
Oh yeah.
You're muted, Bo.
Yes, the bare knuckle style. If we can't use real weapons,
Well, do you want to try and ask about that? Ask around about it?
is there any way instead of asking about it that he can just see it going on somewhere?
Well, how about why don't you just tell Val what you're trying to do, since she decided she'd kind of be your impromptu guide?
There you go.
Okay, so he's gonna kind of relate to her. He's gonna like tap his chest and put up his arms like he wants to fight, like put up his fisticuffs.
Like me, or like in the ring?
And he points out
Val.
to the ring.
Okay.
I think that he wants to audition for the dancing duelist as well.
All right.
Yes.
But
Yes,
Katie.
I cannot wait to see this beautiful beast of a man.
Did
yeah.
somebody call for Katie?
Yeah, my friend here, and she kind of gestures towards Shep, is interested in some bare knuckle boxing. You got anything you can set him up with?
Oh, do I? Like I said earlier, we I keep sliding into Australian. Like I said earlier, we the fencing has kind of been down until this awesome fight, but the bare knuckle boxing has been the larger attraction lately. So let me introduce you to my friend. What is his name? My friend Oakhorth, and she taps the bookie half orc or whatever and says, "Hey, go grab Oakhorth." So he runs and grabs an even more intimidating looking half orc named Oakhorth, and he comes over and says, "I got someone looking for a fight."
And Shep kind of pushes through the crowd gently. I mean, granted, he could wreck some people pushing him. He just kind of parts the sea and steps forward. All fucking 7.5 feet of him.
And Oakhorth, squares you up, looks at you, and says, "You trying to take me on? You trying to make a bit of gold doing this?" Oh, and I forgot to mention, as a competitor, you did earn 10 gold. Still
Okay.
You lost. It would have been more if you had won.
Okay.
Do we know Shep's name?
No.
Not in canon yet.
Okay.
But Oakhorth looks at him and he kind of pokes him in the chest. He says, "You're a big beefy boy, huh? You want to try and take me on in the boxing ring?"
He's not a boy, he's a squanch.
Damn
I don't know what that means.
And he just bumps his chest with his fist.
And he looks at Val. He's like, "Is that a yes?"
Yes.
Yeah. Say yes. And Val's gonna kind of like tug a little on his fur to kind of like get him to come down to ear level. Like, "Oh, bro, what's your name?"
And he turns and he squares up with her. "I'm Shep of the Squatch Clan."
Awesome. I'm Valeria, but you can call me Val. And all right, glad to meet you. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
And I say, take another stab at being a barker. I really think that you can get it this time. Introduce our new Harry friend.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
first of all,
Go to the ring.
First of all, you formally, I just have to ask for insurance purposes. You formally want to do this. You want to step in the boxing ring and get pummeled, potentially for money.
Say yes.
And he looks at Val like, "What does pummel mean?"
And she's gonna do that.
And he turns back, "Yes."
All right. Well, it's not me you'll be fighting. It's my friend and he's won a couple of matches. His name's Rocky.
Fucking Rocky.
And upon hearing the name Rocky, you see a fucking stone of a man. You see a giant fucking stone of a man come walking around the corner of the pit, and he is an earth genasi. So he's like not as tall as a Shep or somebody, but he is just as stocky and stout and like looks like he's carved from stone. And that he's like, here he comes now. That's Rocky. It's who you'll be taking on here. And he steps in the middle of the ring and he says, all right, now that you've gotten your little dancing fancy time out of the way, time for the real fights. Who wants to see Rocky clobber another one? And people start, clanging their cups together and cheering, Rocky. And so he, Rocky like walks slowly, quietly, not without a word, into the ring. And starts kind of rubbing his muscles and stuff, and he'll be introducing the competition.
That's me. And she's gonna like unfurl her wings and kind of like flop up to the top of a bar or a table, and be like, "Come one, come all, come and see the majestic Sasquatch beat the shit out of this Earth guy. Come on, it's going to be great. Shep the Sasquatch is stepping up to stomp him down."
When you come back off the stage, I say that was much better. That was
I just need to warm up that first one. Yeah,
the showmanship was quite incredible.
You're rubbing off on me. I like it.
Yeah, and so when that happens, Shep, I'm assuming you gesture Shep into the ring.
Yeah.
Push him in there. And when he walks out, like all the people that had been clanging cups, like, oh, Rocky, and all this, like. It hushes, and you just hear.
Before he starts, can I give him a bardic inspiration?
Yeah, you can. All right.
Because that's not really a spell. It's just I'm just gonna play on my horn, the eye of the tiger.
Yeah, that'll.
It just gives him one extra d6 when he wants to use it.
That'll work. But just keep in mind this is a place full of bookies that are looking for an edge or looking for cheaters and stuff.
I want to put some money on.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay. All right.
When he walks into the room or into the middle of the ring, everybody that had been clanging cups and chanting for Rocky, it like a hush goes over him, and like you hear 50 people in unison go, "Ooh!"
Oh.
And the bookie. Comes to the little podium where his betting station's set up, and he's like, all right, who's taking who? You, sir, you want to put some money on the Rock, or you want to put some money on this big hairy thing?
I'm going to just tug his shirt again and tug his pants. I want 5 on the hairy man.
What? Hairy, not heady.
The hairy man.
Hairy, all right. Well, how much you putting on it?
I won't put 5.
5, another 5. You're cheap better.
I am.
So we got 5 on the hairy man.
10 on the ship, please.
We got 15 total on the hairy man.
And 10 more over here.
25 on the hairy man. And okay, that's it. All of you. That's all of you that are going to bet.
I don't bet. I don't gamble.
Oh, you're not going to have a good time at anything tonight.
I'm usually the one like setting up schemes to cheat people from gambling, so I don't get involved in it.
He's going to head down to the brothel later.
Heard. Well, yeah. So you see other people come and put in their bets, and you can kind of overhear most of them are betting Rocky, but just based on Shep's appearance, you notice a few of them do put. They say the hairy man. All right. Well, the bet's close in 10 seconds. Come one, come all. If you speak now, forever hold your money. And it closes the betting. And much less ceremonious than the other one, a man comes in. He pounds a drum 3 times, and he says, "Fight!" And the rules of this one are very similar, but not exactly the same. So with bare knuckle boxing, each participant rolls a d20 plus strength. Again, 15 or above is a point. 20 20 or above, or no, 19 or above is a point as well as a knockdown. The first to 5 points or 3 knockdowns wins.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, he came. He said fight. So the round has begun. You come in, you try to pop at him, and you just miss.
Does it help that I have 10-foot reach?
Not in this scenario, but it will certainly help in the time to come, in the dungeon proper. Yeah. So you're both kind of jabbing and missing for the first round.
Valscon's like, don't hold back, Shep. Knock his block off.
Well, you do have a bardic inspiration. Just keep that in mind. That totally would have given you a point on the first one if you can.
Paint the ring with the red vibrance of his blood.
All right, so Shep's gonna kind of keep his arms up and duck down and go for a left cross.
Boom, boom,
Hey.
That's a 19. All right, yeah. So you come in and you duck him and you go for a cross, but you catch him in the ribs, like in the gut, and you knock him down with a body shot. And the crowd goes ape shit, dude. Like they haven't seen somebody knocked down with a body shot in a long time. That's a rare thing, even in real boxing. And you won a bunch of people over to your cause, and you see a few people run over, like, can I place a last minute bet? So that is a point and a knockdown for Shep.
I'm like, I lean over to Val. I'm like, don't you see the star power of this amazing creature?
Yeah,
I must have him in my troop.
One step at a time. Now, I think he's still getting used to being around, people proper. So we'll see about your troop. But yeah, come on, Shep.
All right, so I'm gonna roll a roll because we got to keep it fair. Everybody gets an attempt per round. And he gets up. The stony earth genasi man gets up off the ground, shakes it off, doesn't say anything, and then comes up and catches you with an uppercut, which you can tell in his eyes he thought was going to be a fucking knockdown and maybe a knockout, and he catches you and you just look back down at him. And that's 1 point for him.
So now Shep's going to just clasp both of his hands and try and club him right on top of the head.
Let me ask you this, Heath. Does the 19 count as a point as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, knockdown is a point.
And we're going to roll my bardic inspiration for 19.
Nice. So that's another 19. All right. So, yeah, he catches you with an uppercut, and then you just club him down, and he fucking crumples and falls down again. So that's one more knockdown. So one more knockdown, and you win, and or 3 more points, and you win. And then he gets up though. That's the thing about Rocky is you can hit him a million times.
Adrian!
Like Mike Tyson, like from the ground crosses and actually fucking not only staggers but downs the big hairy man.
Like, does he blink white? Blink, 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 blink. Like Mike Tyson's.
Oh God.
No, he doesn't.
Does he do that weird winky thing?
No, it sticks his tongue out him.
All right, let's see what happens.
Come on,
here.
Shep, get up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get back up and you spit a little blood out, and you kind of get back into your long arm pose or whatever, and with surprising grace, like it's not a big like wind up punch or whatever, but you just throw a right straight. It's like you're trying to punch a piece of wood behind his head, straight through. You knock a tooth out, it goes flying, and he, stiff as a board, just falls on his back. It's not just a knockdown, it's a knockout. You won by knock.
Woo!
Nice. It was a beautiful dance.
Yes.
What a beautiful dance.
And the crowd goes fucking berserk. This is not only the best bare knuckle boxing match they've seen in a while. It comes right after the best fencing match they've seen in a while. It is the best fight night the Yawning Portal has had in a long time. And the bookie comes up like and gives you your winnings or whatever and says, "You have to come be a regular here." That was something else. Rocky's no slouch, you know. Or Rocky's no slouch. My bad. I'm horrible at keeping these accents up. So everybody who bet on the fight, put your money in.
Put your money in.
Yeah. All right. So I want to move over to Callan, or not Callan. Damn it.
I'll gladly play Callan.
I mean, you
so far you
are playing Callan.
I meant like literally like the character sheet. We can pull it over.
No.
Level 1 Callan.
What are you doing? Are you at the fight?
Yeah, I'm just like taking down notes, everything I can about Shepard.
That's so funny.
Okay, well in that case, the fight ends and all that, and the crowd break up because the announcer says, "All right, well there may be another fight later, but that may be it for the evening. Break up, go enjoy your ales and throw a bit of money down on some gambling, perhaps." And you know, ushers everyone from the backyard back into the bar. So is there? I'd like for those who haven't participated in a fight to find some other activities to do to kill the time. If you guys want to get together and go play a gambling game or something, you can, or if y'all want to split up and go find some things that interest you individually.
Yeah. Right now, Zoltan just is feeling hot and he just wants to keep the streak going. So he's going to go and find some gambling, probably roll some bones.
All right. Well, there are.
I too want to gamble. I've got a taste for it now.
All right. Well, you have a lot of options. Note says she wants to go back to the bar and get a Starman Saison, which is one of the highest.
Hey, did I win anything off of that?
Yeah, you won 25 gold.
Nice.
What did you order? Is that supposed to be like an inside joke?
Well, it's another David Bowie reference.
Yeah, it's a Bowie reference.
Yeah, the Moon Age Daydream Ale. That Moon Age Daydream is a famous David Bowie song, and Starman is too. But yeah, so she goes and gets a drink there and says, "Oh, excellent choice there," and hands you a very like frothy, like pink looking ale.
She'll then catch back up with Val. I mean, she hasn't really got to know Zoltan yet, but I imagine Val and Zoltan are going to the same table, right?
Yeah.
She's kind of used her voice a lot. She needs to lubricate.
Chill out.
Are there going to be any more fights?
I mean,
gladiatorial fight is probably not.
No, I mean that was the two fights. There's arm wrestling as far as like strength based stuff.
No, I was just gonna. I had a thing I was going to do, but there aren't going to be any more. Never mind.
I mean, there can be another fight.
I don't personally want to fight. I was going to try to set up a scheme with a fight.
Oh.
No, we're not. There's not going to be another fight. Just like, I don't have that prepared. I've got a lot of like mini games for you guys prepared, but we're already taking more time than I.
All right, well, we don't got to do it.
But someone does approach a red tiefling woman, a bit taller and thinner than Val, approaches the group and comes and asks to. She notices you with your sketchbook and stuff, and she says, "Would you mind if I have conversation with you?"
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Tiefling.
I noticed your book. Are you a scholar, a philosopher?
Of sorts. I just saw this creature over here, and I've never seen one, so I was trying to write down as much information as I could.
Well, I work in the library of the Yawning Portal, and it being the kind of establishment it is, we're always looking for new patrons, and I would like to invite you to tour our library facilities.
Okay.
And that's on the second floor, so she beckons for you to follow her to the library.
All right. As I'm walking, I'm still keeping like a glancing at Shep, see if he's doing anything out of the ordinary.
As of right now, he's just following the group, milling around, looking for a good gambling game. But yeah, so she takes you upstairs and in the door of the library, and it is a surprisingly large library to be housed in a pub. There are bookshelves up to the ceilings all the way around. There are a bunch of like cushy armchairs and stuff. Some tables in the middle that have books piled on them with a couple of people smoking pipes and relaxing. It's a much more chill vibe than anywhere else. And she asks, what kind of things you like to read?
I don't really read for pleasure. It's really just things that I'm interested in learning.
Well, what are you trying to learn about?
That creature downstairs.
Well, maybe we have something here for that. You may have to spend a while looking for this kind of literature. But could I interest you in perhaps some call the genre prophetic poetry? I have this very good book right here, and she hands you, and you can tell it's just something that she's interested in. Like she's doesn't really give a shit about what you're interested in. She's just she's almost like a librarian / salesman. She's like trying to get people to like invest in the library. But she takes out this book and she said, this my favorite book. It is a book of poetry by the famous prophetic poet Arthur Rimbaud. And she immediately, without being asked, starts reciting off this poem. And she says, all things roll here, horrors of midnights, campaigns of a lost year, dungeons disturbed and groves of light, echoing on these shores, still clear, dead ecstasies of questing nights, yet how the wind revives us here. Beautiful, no?
Yeah, I could say that.
And she pulls out of her pocket a copy, what is apparently a copy of the exact same poem, and she like gives it to you and says, "Here, you have that. Maybe you remember to come back and see us at the library one day."
Yeah, I'll do that.
And she says, "Well, perhaps you're more interested in tales of myth and legend and mystery. Do you know much about the barkeep Darnan?"
I know that he's famous, but other than that, I don't know much about him now.
Oh yeah, he's quite famous, and for good reason. I mean, you know how he got this bar.
I know it has something to do with that hole in the floor over there.
It does, in fact, have very much to do with hole in the floor. And she says, but not many people know too many details about Darnan and his past. And the story is quite fascinating. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. So yes, that was an exposition cue for me to be able to provide you with some information about the bar and Darnan and his mythos, as it were.
I will tell you this for only 300 gold.
Yeah. For a small donation.
I will sell you this book of poems.
No, I mean, she says, I charge nothing for the book, but we are always looking for donors. It's hard to support the library in a pub fight club.
I can imagine. Yeah. I don't imagine many people come up here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read this to you just as my voice because I'm not doing that forever. But
come on.
So that you'll know all the cool backstory of the Yawning Portal and Darnan, because there won't be many other ways for you to discover that. All right. So amid the bustle of Waterdeep, within the castle ward where barristers, nobles, and emissaries battle with word and contract, stands an inn not quite like any other, Before there was a castle ward or even what could be recognized as an ancestor of the City of Splendors, there was a dungeon, and in that dungeon begins the tale of the Yawning Portal. In ages past, the mighty wizard Hallister built his tower at the foot of Mount Waterdeep and delved deep into tunnels first built by dwarves and drow in search of ever greater magical power. Hallister and his apprentices expanded the tunnels they found, worming out new layers under the surface for reasons of their own. In time, their excavations grew into the vast labyrinth known today as the Undermountain, the largest dungeon in all of the Forgotten Realms. Hallister eventually disappeared, as have all his apprentices, but the massive complex he built remains to this day. For untold years, the secrets of Undermountain remained hidden from the surface world. Everyone who entered its halls failed to return. Its reputation as a death trap grew to the point that criminals in Waterdeep who were sentenced to die were forcibly escorted into the dungeon and left to fend for themselves. All of that changed with the arrival of two men, a warrior named Durnan and a ne'er-do-well named Mert. The duo were the first adventurers to return from the Undermountain laden with riches and magic treasures. While Mert used his wealth to buy a mansion, Durnan had different plans. Durnan retired from adventuring and purchased the land on which sat the deep, broad well that was the only known entrance to the dungeon. Around this well, he built a tavern and inn that caters to adventurers and those who seek their services, and he called it the Yawning Portal. Some of the magic Durnan looted on his successful day into Undermountain granted him a lifespan that exceeds even that of an elf. And for decades, Durnan left delving into Undermountain for younger folk. Yet one day, something drew him back. Days of waiting for his triumphant return from the dungeon turned to months and then years. For nearly a century, citizens of Waterdeep thought him dead. But one night a voice called up from the well. Few at first believed it could be Durnan, but folk as long-lived as he vouched it was so. The Yawning Portal had passed into the hands of his ancestors, but Durnan returned with enough riches for them to quietly retire. Durnan took his customary place behind the bar, raised a toast to his own safe return, and began serving customers as if he'd never left. Adventurers from across Faerun and even from elsewhere in the great span of the multiverse visit the Yawning Portal to exchange knowledge about the Undermountain and other dungeons. Most visitors are content to swap stories by the hearth, but sometimes a group driven by greed, ambition, or desperation pays the toll for entry and descends the well. Most don't survive to make the return trip, but enough come rich tales of adventure to tempt other groups into trying their luck. So you see, this place very famous and very mythical.
Yeah, I see that.
And she says, look, how about I let you borrow this book and you bring it back if you bring some more people to check out library and maybe part with their coin as donation.
Yeah, I think I could probably do that.
Cool. So I will say you now know the actual history that was provided of the Yawning Portal and know, as of right now, much more about Durnan than any of your party or many other people do.
All right.
So I'll make, whenever we get done tonight, I'll make you a handout and you can put that book in your inventory. Not that I don't think you'll need it or whatever, but it's just cool. I thought it'd be a nice nugget for you as kind of a lore focused person to have.
All right.
Cool. So what's the rest of the party thinking? What are you guys looking around, gambling?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What kind of game you wanna play?
Well, is it just dice or is it like cards?
Roulette. What we got?
What?
I was saying roulette, dice, cards. What we got?
I've got a few games for you. You don't all have to play the same one, and I would encourage you not to if you want to like split up and just go and try to make some money. There's a dice game called Avondra's Favor. There's a ring toss type game, and that one like has a lot of like younger people trying to win prizes. Like that's the one game that like is a like carnival style. Like you can win a prize if you do this. So that's one of the games. We've already done fencing and bare knuckle boxing. There is the dagger juggling, which has a larger crowd around it than you would think. But a lot of people like bet on the dagger juggling, like and how he'll be able to juggle. or try to do it themselves. There's darts, there's billiards that are mini games that you can play and you can bet people on, or bet on people playing. And that's all the games that I have.
I want to play the dice game. The something favor.
Yes, it is Avandra's favor.
Avandra.
Is anybody else trying to play that or another game?
Yeah. I'm with the Avandra's favor.
Shep's gonna take his simple ass over to the ring toss.
Okay, cool. Is that everybody? Is Stiletto trying to do anything?
Stiletto's just going to watch. Now that she's put herself on display all the way, she now is actually curious and getting to know these other players.
I'm kind of surprised she didn't want to fucking juggle daggers, her showboating ass.
She has her limits, you know.
I'm a performer. I know when I have reached my maximum for the night.
Yes. You got to leave them wanting more.
Yeah. And I don't actually... Ooh. Are we at like a table, or is it just kind of like theater of the mind kind of thing?
No, yeah. I mean, this map that I got was just so you'd have something. Like
Gotcha.
it doesn't I don't have like people put on the map in specific locations because the map's inaccurate in that this is a 3-story bar and I can't show you all the dimensions of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Avandra's favor is kind of what craps?
Okay.
Kind of like that. The rules of Avandra's favor are players roll 2d6. If they add up to a 7 or a 12, the player wins. Gamblers can double the bet to add 1d6 to the total. Minimum bet 10 gold.
Okay, so there are no modifiers.
No.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean you can play it like a couple of times if you want to keep betting or whatever.
All right.
So, all right. Well, then you're gonna play against the house.
Okay.
Or actually, you don't really have to. I mean, just theater of the mind. Say you're playing against the house. So
Yeah.
everybody roll me 2d6. Are you all betting 10 gold, or are you betting more than 10 gold?
I'll
10.
bet 10 gold.
Okay. Is it just you two?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
believe so, yes.
Oh, Shep's not playing.
No, he's at the ring toss.
He's at the ring toss.
Okay, yeah. All right.
He's
so-
not even going to toss him. He's just going to like literally reach over and drop it on there.
10-foot reach.
Yep.
All right. So you two guys, roll me 2d6.
Okay.
Oh!
You
Okay.
queen.
First hand. And you got a 9. You can double the bet to add a d6 if you want to try for that 12, or you can just wait and do another hand after this one. But you lost that round.
You know what? Yeah, Zoltan to do that. Yeah.
You're going to wait or double?
I'm going to double.
Oh, okay. So
Semi-nerve.
another 10 gold down to roll another d6 to try to hit that sweet
Yeah.
12.
Right. But right now, he thinks he's on a hot streak. He's testing it.
Oh.
Ooh, and you bust. So you lose 10 gold, and Valeria gains 10 gold.
All right, so I lose 20.
Yeah. All right, you want to try another hand? The dealer, who is an elf male, is like, oh, sorry, bad luck. But there's always time for your fortune to make a turnaround. Would you like to play another hand?
Yes.
All right.
Val's in for another.
All right. So roll me 2d6. And you guys are keeping up with your money, yeah?
Yeah.
An 8. You can double the bet to try to roll for that 12. Same for you. As of right now, you're both losing 10 gold.
I'm going to wait for the next hand.
I'm going to wait for the next hand.
All right. Oh, again, tough luck. Deal it up again?
Yes.
All right. That's spirit. That's how we like suckers. I mean, patrons.
So, merchant, you might want to be careful. You might spend all of your earnings for today. You might want to be.
I feel like I could win it back. Maybe.
Maybe.
Is this how you acquired such a beautiful jewelry?
Yes. Many ways.
Oh, that is interesting.
So next round up, minimum bets, or we got any high rollers?
Minimum.
Val's gonna go 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6.
Oh.
Oh,
And
Wait, you roll 4?
yeah. If
All
I
right.
double up, does that mean I actually have to do 20 more?
You're goddamn right it does.
God, hoping somehow math got magic.
No. In the world of Faerun.
Ah, fuck it. Oh, that was 2d6. Shit. You just wanted 1.
Yeah, just roll another one because I'm not going to take either of those and make you feel.
there it is.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. Nice. So you
How
win.
about this baby? Straight cash. Hot hands in the dice game.
I'm sorry. This is
So you win 40 gold.
This
All
is much too
right.
stressful for me to watch. Would any of you care for another drink?
I slumped down lower, and it's like, only if you're buying.
What kind of drinks do you like? Do you drink the stouts, or do you drink ale? Or what are the things that you like to drink?
I think I'll try the Starman Saison.
It is quite good. I will return. And for you, Val, would you like another drink?
See if they got a porter. That's what I want.
All right.
Make it a Major Tom Collins.
There we go.
Sorry, I didn't stick with a theme, guys.
I was trying to think
No, porter. I'm trying to think of a good porter for. Yeah, I'll keep betting. I'll try to think of a good one.
Val's gonna.
I will order a Major Tom Collins and a rock and roll suicide porter.
Oh,
The barkeeper's like, none of these are real beverages. You're just making shit up.
no,
It's got like look underneath the
you
table.
guys have discerning tastes in alcohol. You people know about these, and he like gets on a ladder and goes up to like top shelf.
I'm quite a fan of this Ziggy Stardust Brewery.
That one, it's quite exclusive. And he comes up. I mean, he's like in a little nook cut out of like the second floor, like getting your beer. And he comes back and he's like, "Oh, all right, here you go, big spenders. Yeah, have you had a good time at the bar at the pub?"
This has been quite entertaining. I am having the grandest time, and I am so glad that I was able to grace this wonderful establishment with my presence and my beauty of my blade.
Well, you guys are just cutting up, having a nice chat with Dernan, and your boy Shep is over at the ring toss game, and there's a little gnome with a tinkly hat at this little thing that's set up, and it's got like spikes stuck up, and he hands you a bunch of rings and says, "All right, well, here's the thing. You're gonna throw these rings. First of all, it costs 5 gold to try."
Shep hands him a handful of gold. We'll say it's 8.
It's just 8 gold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, if you throw these rings at the spike thing, I can't even talk today. But throw them, and if you make enough in a row, you'll win a prize. So what that means is you're gonna have to roll dex checks with a DC of 10, and if you make a certain amount in a row, you win a prize. And you can but a better prize if you make more in a row. You know what I'm saying? There's a scale of.
All right.
So like if you win one prize, you can keep going and risk that prize to try to win a better prize.
Yay.
Oh yeah, we got a nimble little. What are you, like a chimpanzee man? But yeah, so Shep throws a ring and rings one of the thingies there, and another one. So you got 2.
Let's keep it
Tough luck, sport. You want to try again? I'll give you a discount this time. Just I'll give you 2 gold.
Okay.
I really want to see you prize.
I really want him to get a prize. What's the number I'm shooting for here?
10.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
He's just fucking throwing rings at this point. Like, this is great.
Oh.
Hey, no, look, by the rules of the game, that one's fine. You get if you throw a 20, that counts for 2. So if you miss one, it's fine. You can keep going. You got 3 so far. 17. Oh yeah. That will get you a prize. Now it'll get you a better prize if you make another one.
Yeah, he has no idea about cashing out.
Oh no!
And look, the little gnome man, he very like obviously like turns his head and like pretends he didn't see it.
Sweet.
Hey!
Oh, there you go. We got a big winner here, ladies and gentlemen. You want to throw another, you might get a better prize, but you might want to cut your losses. Oh, he got it. He got it.
He doesn't know what that means. As long as he's got rings, he's going to keep throwing them. So we might want to put a limit on his rings.
Yeah.
Can Val go see what he's doing? She hears the dude barking.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Val comes over. He's like, hey, your buddy here is pretty good at tossing them rings.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's got a prize in the bag. If he wants to keep it, he can throw for another one. There's only one more level, though. If he makes the next one, he gets the best prize.
Hey!
Oh, yeah. So he says, all right, let me look into my little satchel here and get your prize out. And just so you guys know, I did have a mechanic for I had 4 different prizes. And you are getting the best one. And he comes out, he brings out of his bag a giant fucking ale mug, you know? I mean, like, of a large enough size that it is actually appropriate for Shep.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
And it doesn't look like much. I mean, it's like, you know, a fairly nice cup or whatever. And I'd imagine he looks at it like kind of disappointed. But he heads it to him and he's like, look, this ain't no regular cup. This is an enchanted whiskey tumbler, all right? This tumbler, any liquid you pour in it turns immediately into bourbon.
It's just lost on Shep. Like,
doesn't even know what bourbon is.
It turns into whiskey. You know what whiskey is?
Doesn't
even know what whiskey.
Well, that is your prize, Shep. You now have a giant fucking ale mug that anything poured into it turns into whiskey, and you don't even know what that is.
I have a feeling that's going to end up pissing him off. He's going to scoop some water out of a stream and turn it back real quick. And
yeah.
poison.
Poison.
Well, we've had one winner, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody else want to step up? Hey, good job, dude, but piss off.
You're fucking my game up.
Yeah,
you're scaring off the crowd, kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, let me. At this point, I'm going to say we've done enough of the games, unless there's something anybody's like really intrigued in doing at this point. But I think we've spent a pretty good night at the Yawning Portal.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's take 5 so I can go pee real quick.
All right.
That'll work.
And then we'll finish up our evening at the Yawning Portal and get you guys.
How late are we playing tonight?
I mean, I don't care.
I don't care.
When do y'all need to leave?
Sometime before 6 a.m.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, dude, I'm down to play for longer than normal games if y'all want. I don't care. I want to get you through some of this beginning stuff, which this part took a lot longer than I thought it would, but I'm glad because what I wanted out of this night was for all of you to like enjoy some games, maybe win or lose some money, but really like get to talk to each other a little bit and get a feel for personality.
Yeah. I can dig it.
5 minutes.
BRB.
You did mute that, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I came in yet.
What's up, Dane?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What's up?
Just saw where you text me too, Dane.
Oh, you're good, man. I figured y'all were playing. Like after I text you, I figured y'all were playing, so that's what I got on.
Been
I
up.
worked. Huh?
What you been up to?
Nothing, man. I worked days today, so got off at 7. I was gonna drink some beer, play some video games, and I remembered y'all were playing tonight, so I was like, man, let me just jump in and see what this is like.
I mean, you got to jump in on the first sesh, so that's cool. You know?
Yeah. Just want to see what was going on.
I like the cast so far. It's
Yeah,
nice little.
Sweet. I like everybody's character voices. It's good.
Yeah, I got a good one, don't I?
Yeah, dude, yours is like.
You're really branching out, dude.
It is spot on, man. Spot on. I gotta admit.
Yeah, it took a lot of practice to get it.
Yeah,
done.
I mean, stepping out of your comfort zone for sure.
About 29 years for me to nail it.
Yeah, I was very impressed, man. That was just stellar.
I mean, it sounds so natural, you know. It sounds like
well, when you work this hard for it, you know, pays off.
So, what? You're a sorcerer?
Yeah. What are you, just like a fighter?
I'm a bard.
Bard.
But I'm gonna go College of the Blade.
Okay.
So, like, I'm a gladiator, right? So that's like my bard deal, my performance deal. I was like a
right.
I guess Valeria, is she a cleric? Is she playing 2 clerics? remember what class she went with.
All right. Sorry.
Goddamn right you are.
Yeah, you should be. Way to be in the second, third, fourth last person to come back.
Oh, well, good.
It's been so hard for me not to like make little comments.
I bet.
So many references.
All right. What up, Dane?
What up, dog?
How you doing?
Man, good. Glad to be off work.
Yeah.
Hell of a weekend.
You enjoying our casino night?
Yeah, it's nice.
John's using the bathroom, and then I guess whose chair is that? Who am I missing?
That's John.
Oh, that's John's chair. Yeah. So, how many drinks has everybody had?
A glass, a pitcher of water.
Val just got her second one.
Yeah, I've had 2.
Okay.
It's never a good sign when your DM asks everybody how fucked up they are. Just checking. How fast can you guys react to things?
Yeah. If you had to fight right now, but that was cool. I didn't think we'd get to both of my fights that I had planned. Like I spent a lot of time the last couple of days like building all these mini games, and I was really excited that you guys took the bait on so many of them.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's like I said, I really wanted the first. I'm not at all upset that we spent a little bit longer doing this night at the Yawning Portal than I initially planned, because I wanted to play some of these games, have some stakes in that. Like gambling is fun, even if it's meta gambling, and have ways for you guys to like kind of get to know each other a little bit, you know, because as I said in the session 0, like this is such a dungeon crawl heavy campaign. I've got to like find RP opportunities in between. But it was good. We definitely got some personality out there. Stiletto's something else.
Oh.
I mean, she's a tabaxi and a bard, you know, like.
Yeah, you're just like over the top so hard.
So extra. Yeah. That's her middle name.
Yeah, Stiletto extra note. Well, extra note.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of makes sense with like oh shit. What's the thing where you basically make up stuff on the fly when you're singing? Like
impromptu?
Shit.
Ad lib, improvise.
It's a musical term.
Those are both.
Jam.
You vocally jam.
I'm gonna figure it out in like 30 minutes and just be like, applesauce. Like, what are you talking about?
I just wanted to bring this up before I go dark again. This guy on this game that I'm playing just invited me, and his gamer tag is John Thomas.
Is it really? For what game?
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm, John Thomas.
Yeah, that's his like Blizzard tag.
Oh wow.
John, are you playing Heroes of the Storm while we D&D? That's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not interesting enough to just do one thing at a time.
Right? You got to play like 3 games.
Absolutely.
Never mind.
Got
to keep my interest. I got to be.
There's actually there's 3 John Thomas. There's 2 John Thomases at my location at Stennis, and then there's 1 John Thomas at the neighboring center. Actually, yes. Every now and then, I get their emails, or if then there's one that really sucks. So I end up getting pinged for all his fuck ups, and so I have to always end up sending out an email saying, "Hey, no, this is the wrong John Thomas. I didn't this is not mine." Oh, okay, my bad.
All right, so we're all back. Did y'all go back to the bar and got drinks?
Yes.
Sure.
I mean, that's...
Well, we got those earlier,
Yeah, we got our second drinks earlier.
Yeah.
Before we walked over to the ring toss.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you hear Dernan from the bar shout, "All right, ladies and gents, it's midnight, and you know what that means. Lizard races!" And a bunch of employees come and start clearing, moving tables and chairs and stuff to the edges of the room. And they take this big, weird, folded up thing and start unfolding it. And you realize it is it is made to look like a race course, but it is a perfect circle that fits around the well in the middle of the room.
Yeah, as this is going on, before Note can really see what's happening, she leans over to Val and says, "You have dinosaurs here too? Do you do this? You do the dino races here in Waterdeep? I did not think that you had such beasts here."
Would Val know what size they are? I mean,
you may have heard of them. They're not dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You probably don't know what the word dinosaur is.
Yeah. I don't know about that, love, but it is entertaining, so let's give it a look.
And then she's looking around and she sees that the track is much smaller than what dinosaurs would be. She's like, "I am very confused. I must watch this thing and see what is going on. You said lizard races, but this could not be. This is way too small for such grand events."
All right.
So, I mean, that kind of gets the attention of the bar patrons. Everybody starts shouting and a lot of people from the top 2 levels start running to the railings so they can look down at the first floor, or some of them are running down the stairs to try to get a closer view. But they pull out this mat thing that goes around the well, and it's got lines drawn on it that are like lanes for racing. And yeah, I mean, again, you can bet on fucking anything in this bar. If anybody wants to fucking place bets, you can place bets.
That's the buy-in.
But this is the you can bet whatever you want to bet. Okay. It's not a game like a card game or something. This is a big event that happens every night at midnight that everybody stops what they're doing. And what? Oh.
Yeah, don't get distracted by the side. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get distracted.
But this is a big event that happens at midnight every night. And Dernan takes a wand and points at each of the walls other than the wall that the bar's on, and casts some kind of spell out of that wand, and it looks kind of like a television screen, that people can look and see the lizard races on. Even in the upper floors and stuff, they're like giant illusion-based TVs.
Yeah, Note pulls this out and definitely makes note of this.
Wait, what?
Note takes out a little. I mean, she's sees this closed circuit TV or whatever, She's just like in her eyes, like this is. I have to take this back to the.
Yeah, well, they're a very entertainment based bar, you know.
Yeah, like she hasn't seen this, you know. She's never seen anything like this, and for somebody who's
jacking their concepts,
she loves this idea. She's like, I never thought of this. This is amazing.
Yeah, well, you know that brings a lot of attention to this area of the bar. The whole bar kind of stops what they're doing. Everybody comes in. The center room and the first floor of the bar are now like more crowded than they have been all night. It's almost like being at a fucking concert. You know, like you're shoulder to shoulder with people, whatever. There's people placing and taking bets all over the place. I mean, if any of y'all want to, like, I'm not going to RP it, but if you want to, like, put a bet down with Dernan, you can bet on this race.
I do want to go to Dernan and I say, Dernan, our most gracious host, this is quite the spectacle that you're about to put on. And please, if you would honor me, I would love to be the one who blows the starting horn. May I do this for you?
You know what? You provided some free entertainment earlier with your bar dance, and it was more tasteful than you'd expect for that kind of thing. So, absolutely, I'll let you blow the starting whistle, horn, whatever.
Thank you. This makes me very happy.
And he smiles at you, and you know, in his booming voice says, "So bring out the lizards!" And from 3 different rooms, you see some, you know, large men come bring out, each of them from a separate room, a lizard on a leash. And these lizards are pretty big. Like, they're not dinosaur sized, but, you know, they're probably 3 feet tall, you know. But they stand on like 2 legs. Think the Jurassic Park monster that has the big like lion thing. Yeah. So there's 3 of them, and one of them is bright yellow. One of them's like blood red, and one of them is a deep like royal blue. And if anyone who wants to place your bets. You've got 2 minutes. You can bet on the yellow lizard, Sunshine, the blue lizard, Johnny, or the red lizard, Lizard. I ran out of names, but he's really named Lizard. So if any of y'all want to place bets, this is the last mini game of the night, and it's like a big show that a lot of people come just for this. But it does have mechanics. So does anybody want to bet on the yellow, blue, or red lizards?
I'll bet on the yellow one.
Okay.
I'll bet on the red one, lizard.
What are y'all betting?
I bet 10 on lizard.
Same.
I bet 5 on red.
I'm going to go 20 on blue.
All right. Well, y'all keep up with your bet amounts. I trust you. All right, so they bring the lizards into the starting line on the track, which is like right at the beginning or right in front of the little crane thing that lowers into the well, you know, which is like blocked off and sealed and everything. But Dernan, you know, swings his wand again, and whereas the track had been a completely flat circle around it, now it has like hills and valleys in a circle all around it.
I mean, Note is ecstatic. This is incredible.
Yeah, and there's like at a couple of points there's like an obstacle you've got to like hurdle over, and there's like a ring that you got to jump through. You know, like it's a big fucking crazy show, and he's like manipulating with magic the course. Like, I mean, yeah. I want you to understand, Dernan has got some fucking magic going on.
Seems that way, yeah.
Pretty hardcore. All right, so the rules of this minigame are you roll 1d4 for each lizard 3 times, describing the stages of the race as it goes down. The lizard with the highest roll total wins, and those who bet on it double their bet as winnings. So it's just a straight bet. But second place does get half their winnings back.
Okay.
Or the people who bet on the second place lizard.
We just roll a 1d4 3 times?
Well, for each lizard.
Right. Wait, so I'm rolling it 9 times?
What? Huh?
No.
What? No, I'm not. You're not in this game. Like, you're not a lizard.
Well, you said we had to roll.
No, I'm.
No, the lizards.
You had to roll it all. Just the mechanics of the game require to roll
okay.
dice.
I got you.
Yeah, none of you have to roll. Now, I mean, if y'all want to, if one of you wants to represent each lizard, you can do the rolls yourselves.
I mean, since there's one person betting on each one, I mean,
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which one's the red one? Because I bet 5 on red.
Lizard.
Yeah, me and John both bet on lizard.
Yeah.
Lizard represent.
There you go. Just make it.
And then, so it's going to be John, or you and John can like take turns rolling if you want to. And I think we're gonna do 5 rolls.
You can do the roll. I don't care about it. Go ahead.
Nah, you got it.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Move on.
So, you know, the bar is in a near frenzy at this point. This is apparently a really big attraction for these people, and a really weird and unorthodox one for a town like Waterdeep. But they have the lizards at the starting point, and Durnan turns to Mrs. Note and says, "If you would do the honor."
You know, she stands up on, like, kind of scoots up to the top of the little crane, so she's like as tall as she can be, and goes, "Bum, bum, 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 and like kind of goes on a little too long. And then she looks around and she's like, "Oh yeah." And just like,
Darren's like, "I just need the one note, love."
But that's such a beautiful melody.
It was quite beautiful. You know, here, and he like hands you like a little small cup with a shot in it. Like, you did a good job.
Thank you. So yes, race. It starts.
Yeah. So the lizards take off. All right. So each person rolling for a lizard, roll a d4.
Nice.
Wait. All right. So
Sunshine 1.
Sunshine 1. Wait.
Lizard 2.
All right. And
Blue 3.
Johnny.
Come on, lizard. You got to do better than that.
Johnny, get your ass in gear.
Well, I'm not going to role play it during this point. Note is like filling up your ear, Valeria, about the dino race. Like, you know, she's like one of those people that always has a story for something like, "Oh, this reminds me of the races. Let me tell you, there are lizards 5 times as large as this, and we go through the whole town." You know, she's just going on and on about it.
And Val's like, "That's great, love. Hurry up, Johnny, move your ass."
Yeah. And so as the race starts, Johnny fucking bolts. Like, he gets a good start, and the beginning of the course is flat. You know, Lizard takes off, but Johnny gets a little bit above him, and Sunshine apparently doesn't even notice the horn blow until she notices the other ones start to like turn a little bit around the corner and then takes off. So everybody roll another d4. That's a 2.
Damn, Johnny, killing it.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song? Some like joke. Johnny, go, go, go.
Go, Johnny, go.
So Johnny, they get to the first set of like hills, you know, and like Johnny has trained for this his whole life, you know.
The fucking Lizard Olympics.
He's got like a spike collar on his neck. Little lizard tattoo.
That first hill and like uses his momentum to like slide on his butt down the hill and smoothly transitions back into a run. Lizard is just plodding along, but he's still moving. Sunshine, having been beaten off the jump, does speed up a little bit though and tries to bridge the gap. So let's roll another set of d4s. Oh man, Johnny is just taking this thing away.
Johnny's killing it.
So they come to the next stretch where there is a hurdle, actually 2 hurdles set up, and Johnny leaps both of them with one jump. Like he, as I said, he trained his whole life for this. This is the moment he's been waiting for. It's his first race.
He like sees his lizard mom in his mind, saying like, "You can do this, Johnny."
Yeah, lizard. He makes it over the first hurdle, and then catches his foot on the second hurdle, but maintains his balance once he lands and keeps going. And fucking Sunshine, seeing the move that Johnny pulled off, leaps even harder than Johnny does, and does make up a little bit of ground, leaping both of the obstacles at once.
Nice.
So let's roll.
So Johnny's in the lead, then Sunshine, then Lizard. Is that right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. We roll again.
Yeah. Sunshine overtook Lizard because Lizard clipped his foot on the thing. All 2s. So no one makes any ground on anyone else. They stay in the same positions during the second flat, or the next flat part of the course. All right, and then the end of the cycle, there is a ring that they each have to jump through. And Sunshine face plants.
Face planted to rock.
Oh, go ahead and roll another one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Johnny also face plants, but he makes a lot more distance in his, like when he hits, he's got a lot more momentum and keeps moving forward.
Oh man, that's neck and neck for second place.
Yeah, well, Johnny crosses the finish line on his face.
Zoltan is just ripping up his ticket, just like bitching about how they overfed Lizard. You're just stamping on his ticket.
The other 2, Lizard and Sunshine, are in a dead heat coming up to the finish line. I'm going to have you 2 roll one more D4 to see who comes in second place.
Oh, come on.
I'm just mumbling about this. This is why.
Oh.
And Lizard comes and just as they're about to cross the finish line, kind of catches the foot of the other lizard with his talon a little bit, slowing him down. Not like cuts him or harms him or anything. They just get a little tangled up or whatever. But it slows Sunshine down just enough that Lizard takes second place.
At this point, I say, I take it all back. I take it all back.
Sweep the leg, John. Okay, wrong one.
Yeah.
The crowd cheers and the crowd boos depending on who they betted for or who they were supporting. And I'd imagine they're like fucking a small group of people that this is like their professional wrestling. Like they've got their favorite lizard, and they're like overreacting to the result super hard. But Johnny, his halfling trainer that was bringing him out, he comes up to him and he picks the lizard up, but realizes he's a halfling, and it kind of falls on him or whatever. But underneath, freaks out and he's like, "Yeah, you did it, Johnny! You did it! You made me a shitload of gold!" And Dernan kind of turns to the bar and he's like, "There you have it, folks. We have a new winner. Johnny, in his first ever race, takes out the old fart lizard and Sunshine."
That is okay, Sunshine. You are a beautiful specimen of scales and claws and tails. It was my pleasure to put my favor in your court. And just talking to this lizard, because it has a healthy respect for dinosaurs, as most Chultans do. So she's just transferring that to this little lizard here.
Yeah. So at this point, it is it's getting much later in the evening, and the people that moved all the employees, they moved the chairs and the tables back, and you see some of them start sweeping and stuff. And Dernan rings a bell by his taps and yells out to the bar. He's like, "All right, folks, it's 1:30. You know what that means? It's last call." And so, it's last call. If anybody wants to go have a last drink and any conversation with Dernan, that now's the time. He's not far from shutting the bar down.
Okay.
Val wants to scan the room and find Shep and go and touch base with him.
Okay.
Shep doesn't have any concept of last call, but he does have this fancy new cup, and he's gonna, kind of put it out on the bar and ask Dernan for more water.
Okay, and Dernan's like, he chuckles a little bit because he knows what that fucking prize is. He acquiesces to your request and fills you up a mug with water.
Okay, it's just gonna sit there for a minute.
Note wants a rebel ale.
Rebel.
I'm gonna get me a thin white Duke.
Nice.
It's a white Russian made. It's a white Russian made with skim milk.
There you go.
There you go. That's awesome. I love that we have a series. We have 5 or 6 fucking David Bowie based drinks.
What did you expect when you started this off with Moon Age Daydream?
Right.
All because of a goof. Dernan, turns to you guys at the bar or whatever and says, "All right, if that'll be all, do you need me to show you to your rooms, or I can have Daphne here show you to your rooms? Or there's not everything's shutting down, just the bar. I mean, there's still the brothel and the relaxation room."
Dernan, you have been a most gracious host. Again, thank you for allowing me to perform and share my beauty with you. Because of all the things that you have done for us, and for all the great joy and entertainment that you have brought to me and my new friends here, please take this. And she slides 5 gold pieces as a tip.
Nice. All right. Now, how many drinks does everyone have?
That would be my third.
Third.
Well, you had a shot too. That's your 4th.
Who, me?
Yeah, he gave you a free shot for your drink.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So the number of drinks that you've had, I need you to roll. Whoever has had a drink, I need you to roll a Constitution check per drink.
Save, right? Constitution save.
I mean, yeah.
It make more sense, I think. Yeah. So, shit.
Wait, Farinor, you didn't have any drinks.
You had a Moon Age Daydream.
Oh, okay.
Wow, these rolls are really good.
These are things that have to tally that you are just rolling like crazy.
Yeah, Val's last one, apparently, that porter was stout.
They don't call it rock and roll suicide for nothing.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm good. Note is no stranger to drinking.
Unless it's to its potency.
You rolled all 4 of yours, Adam?
Yeah. The lowest one I had was a 16.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're good. Valeria is this is the kind of thing that only really mattered if you failed a couple of checks. But I actually had drinking as a minigame. If you had failed enough checks, there's 3 levels of inebriation: tipsy, inebriated, and out cold. So none of you got to out cold. I'm gonna say you all probably got to tipsy, and Val got to inebriated. So Val got kind of drunk. Had anyone failed another check and moved on to out cold, you would have passed out in the bar, had to have been taken to your room, and the next day suffered a level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yikes.
But all of you passed. So Good job. You can all handle your fucking alcohol, apparently. All right. So that said, yeah, now you can go back. If you want to go back to your rooms or go to a lady of the evening's room, as it were, or man of the evening. This isn't a gender thing. It's whatever, but we're going to end your night of revelry and start back in the morning.
Yeah, note's done for the evening.
Okay. Sure. Well, unwillingly, Shep's just going to kill that glass that he has.
You just drank a whole glass of bourbon?
Turns out he's very particular with his tastes.
He doesn't like it. Like he's gonna get it down. Like he's expecting it to be water, so he just turns it back and gets it down. But
roll a constitution save.
Yeah, he has a fit.
No, look. Oh my god.
Shit.
You just he's a big fucking mug of bourbon, dude. Like, and you failed your con save, so you progress immediately to out cold. You down that bourbon, and Shep falls down and passes out on the floor asleep.
Yeah, I mean he's never drank before. That's to be expected. I think that actually works out kind of perfectly.
Are you taking notes, Farinor? You're muted, Will, if you're talking now.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I've been taking notes. He can't hold liquor.
So Dernan says, all right, all you lot, get to your rooms. I don't care what you do. Just don't bother me anymore. And he says, fellas, and 3 burly half-work employees come and lift Shep up over their heads and carry him up the stairs to your up 2 flights of stairs to all 5 of you have rooms in the like kind of inn portion of the hotel on the 3rd floor, and they're all in a line next to each other across the balcony way. From what you can smell is obviously the relaxation room, which is an opium den, which also had a passing out minigame associated with it. But yeah, so all you get back to your rooms, Shep a little less graciously than anyone else. And I'm assuming, I mean, if you want to say you like did any, I don't know, meditating or anything like that, you can address it real quick, but you're all going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next morning, pretty early, like, 6:30, 7 in the morning, one of Dernan's employees comes to each of your rooms and, wakes you up and says, your presence has been requested in the restaurant area of the Yawning Portal on the 1st floor in the bottom left corner. And that's where your meeting will take place. So I'm assuming you all go there.
Yep.
Shep might be with a little more prodding than most.
Yes.
All right. So when you get into you walk through the doors of the restaurant kitchen area. It smells great, like great breakfast foods and stuff. And you all get settled at tables, and the couple of half-orcs that came and woke you up, they go and grab each of you a plate that's been prepared for you and bring you each a big, nice platter of breakfast. And say, eat up, maybe less good meal for a while. And you all start eating, and I don't know how much you would be talking to each other after your night of revelries, but after a few minutes...
Oh, this dishes remind me of some things from home. Have you ever had the curry, or have you ever had tej, or have you ever had spicy mango?
No, is it good?
Some of it can be quite electrifying.
Sitting on that one.
All Okay, so as you're all eating your meals, everyone roll me a d12.
What?
D12.
A D12?
Yeah.
The old dodecahedron.
All right, so the food's good, and each of you, interestingly enough, like was brought a different plate than the others. It's not all uniform like bacon and eggs or whatever. Each person has a different dish that I'm not going to go into depth describing. But Zoltan, yours is particularly good. It is so good, in fact, that it it fills you up and nourishes you so much that you get an inspiration.
What? Okay.
Shep, yours is even better than that. And yours, instead of giving you an inspiration, cures you of the level 1 exhaustion that you would have had.
Nice.
Very hearty. I like it.
Yeah, and if you had not rolled a 9 or above on the D12, you still would have had a fucking level of exhaustion going forward.
Yeah.
You got lucky.
I say it looks as to me as you won the dining round this time. It's a little game I like to play with my friends. We all order the foods and then we see who won. And I think that your plate won this evening. It's like all the while she's like flourishing her like knife and fork.
Fucking fork. She's like cutting things up.
Yeah, just like, it is the song of the blade.
Oh my god.
After once you get mostly through your plates or whatever, you're all kind of sitting around waiting for whatever this meeting is going to happen. A man walks through the door of the restaurant, shuts it behind him, and pulls out a key and locks the door. After escorting out the half-orc servants, or I don't want to say servant. That feels bad. Employees. I'm going to give you a handout for what this gentleman looks like. Did you get it?
Nope. It's a common. Nope.
I hit show to players. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Maybe lag on your end.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll roll a d20 to test it.
Yeah, just roll.
Is it a character?
No, it's just a handout with a picture on it.
Did you?
You do a roll. Roll a d20 real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Weird.
User error.
I mean, it's not user error because, I rolled my d20, it worked fine. Like I'm clicking show to players and it's just not showing it to me.
You don't have it popped out, do you?
I mean, I do now. What do you mean?
No, I mean like out of Roll20, like in its own window.
Well, I'm still not sure what you're asking me. I mean, I've got. I mean, if I click on the handout.
Look at my screen. Hold on.
It has the show to players button.
So, see this button here?
Yeah.
Have you done that to that sheet? Does it look like this now?
No.
Okay. You can just do it the old-fashioned way and click on edit and just put it in our journals. I don't know why show to players wouldn't work, but
yeah, that's weird.
Put it in edit.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. So
it looks dope.
You see this?
Nice. Yeah.
One thing I noticed today when I was looking over my stuff, he looks like Cam.
Oh my gosh.
He does.
He looks like Cam with a foppish hipster haircut,
Yeah.
I wish I was that fly. Look at his little potions and stuff.
I still haven't got whatever handout y'all talking about.
Dude,
it's in your journal. You have to actually pull it up. It won't just pop up.
It'll be above the mysterious note.
Yeah. His fashion is just on point. Just
yeah.
Yes. Note is quite impressed with his style.
Good.
Got a cane and everything, man.
Yeah.
Basically a pimp.
So, so he walks in the door.
In.
He walks in the door. He ushers out the ogre or half orcs, and he locks the door and turns to you, and kind of assesses the group, looking over you as you're all hungover and eating your food. And he, where's my motherfucking speech? Okay. Yeah, so he walks in and he looks at all of you and he says, "Gentlemen, ladies, my bad. I'm sure you're all quite eager to find out why you've been invited here to the illustrious Yawning Portal Tavern."
It is illustrious indeed. Sorry.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure Dernan will appreciate that. And I much admire your manners. You all may call me Quartermaster Firenze. And he kind of eyes all of you because he's like got a flair for the dramatic as well, you know. Yeah. I am your first, and if you fail your, let's call it an entrance exam, last contact in our organization, we each received a letter inviting you to try out for what was described as an elite military organization. And while not untrue, that description hardly tells the whole story. However, you will not be privy to the whole breadth of our organization's motives and operations until after you have been accepted into our ranks. What I can tell you is that each of you has been sought out specifically. We have been monitoring you, keeping eyes on you, and we have the highest hopes that your auditions will be successful. Allow me to be frank. Our organization is highly secretive, hence my refusal to provide you with its name as of yet. What I can tell you is that we are an order of a very selective and exclusive nature, and that we require our operatives to carry out our orders to the letter. These orders may include, but are not limited to, assassination, espionage, retrieval of information or artifacts, deception, warfare, intelligence, and strategic analysis. If any of these duties do not suit you or fall under the category of acts you personally cannot bring yourself to carry out, I suggest you leave now without further wasting our time.
Well, I do believe that our friend over here might have a bit of an issue with the intelligence part.
She means it's like explaining tax to a horse.
Shep looks around at everybody laughing and starts laughing too.
like you can tell it's like on Saturday Night Live when he's not supposed to laugh, but he's like really trying hard.
He's kind of looking around.
This sounds most intriguing, Quartermaster Firenze. I wonder though, when you say assassination, I must ask. Is this a noble organization? I have no problem with spilling the bright color of blood, but I will not harm an innocent.
Yeah, I'm with a note on that.
I have no money. I'm down to do whatever.
Ah, yes, a fellow like-minded individual. Yes, me too.
I'm not going to go around killing kids. You know, that's a little low.
That is not good for business.
No.
We are not a wanton group of murderous sellswords. We are something much higher than that. And yes, I would say we have a noble cause. You will not be running around killing little children and vagabonds.
Well, that's all. That was the only hang-up I had. This seems like a most exciting adventure. And I cannot wait to grace you and your organization with my blade.
This all said, if none of you have any objections, I would like to brief you on your first mission, your initiation, and provide you with an opportunity to ask me any further questions you may have, most of which I almost guarantee I will not be able to answer until you have passed our little test.
What about compensation?
You will be well compensated.
Okay. Let's listen to your little test.
I mean, he says that and stares daggers at you like, motherfucker, I ain't worried about this petty shit. You're gonna get paid. They say you're 50.
He should just gesture to his outfit and be like,
yeah,
you're good.
Exactly. Yeah.
I look like a man who doesn't pay.
I don't tip, you know.
All right. Being that you are still here, I would like to reiterate that you will not be considered initiates until you have carried out this mission. Now, what is that mission? We, the organization, have uncovered information of a certain location not terribly far from where we are this very moment, known to some as the Sunless Citadel. Your objective will be to travel to the nearby hamlet of Oakhurst, discover the specific location of the citadel, breach it, and retrieve an object of immense power known simply as the Prism. It has come to our attention that the Prism may be guarded here, but it is your duty to discern the potential threats in and around the citadel and to deal with them in order to obtain the artifact.
Oh, this sounds quite intriguing. I must ask, though, to the rest of you, you have seen what it is that I can do, and we have seen the raw strength of this ship. But I must ask, what is it that the rest of you could bring to such dangerous mission?
And I guess with that, I'm just going to go ahead and just snap my fingers and just hold a ball of flame in my hand.
Oh, that is quite amazing. I am very much impressed with that. I cannot believe that it has been this long since I have seen you do such a beautiful trickery.
I keep that hidden just in case there's any patrons.
You are a bit more than you are a bit more than a humble merchant, I do think.
Well, I've had people who didn't want to pay me.
I see.
He does that little fireball, and at that, I'm gonna light my whole body on fire.
Oh my gosh!
You have a little bit of flame on your whole body.
This is amazing. I feel like as I've been blessed by the gods of showmanship, this is exactly the type of thing that my troop could use for more flair, for more excitement, for more intrigue.
With the mention of gods, Valdis says, you have been blessed by one god at least. Timora sends me, and I believe that Lady Luck favors this group. And also, I have wings. And she just kind of unfurls and be like, so, there's that.
I can see it now. The flying luck, the Bigfoot, the human torch, and you, dwarf, could be our accountant. You seem to be good with the monies. And you could make sure that everybody pays, yes?
Yes, in fact, let's go ahead and pool the money now. I'll keep it all together. Yes?
We'll circle back on that.
Shep throws him his bag of gold.
Damn it, Chef, what did we talk about? What did we talk about?
I will be very careful with this.
It's 35.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
He was doing that.
I'll be good.
He's kind of like chuckling at all of your showmanship and banter. Well, it seems we've got a group of individuals here as well, some would call it pretentious as I am. Now, if you have any more questions for me, now would be the time to ask. If not, let's be on our way. We're going to start this mission this very morning.
There's no time like the present.
Point of order. Are we going to actually collect the prism, or are we doing a scout mission? fur.
You were told your objective is to go and retrieve the prism.
Okay, all right. The last bit of the explanation made me think that we were just going to like scope out security.
No, I mean
we're going to go case the joint a bit.
I mean, that may be something you want to do, but your goal is to go get that fucking prism. All right. Well then, Master Tubbs, I believe you have a cart and mule.
Yes, this is for carrying my wares. What did you have in mind?
Well, being that it is a mode of transport, I assumed the group may want to use it as such.
It is a transport. It's a transporter of the gods. It's a golden god.
Well, then if you have no problem with transporting the party in your how am I blanking out on cart on the way? You have no problem with using the cart for this mission. That would make it much easier. It's a fairly large cart. The party can fit inside of it. We will provide you with an extra mule or pony or whatever if you deem it necessary for this size of a load. But
I can accommodate these fine individuals. I'll have pillows for everyone to sit down on, and hay for the big hairy man over there.
All right. Well, then, if everyone is done with their breakfast, and he like snaps his fingers, and all your plates disappear.
This scares shit.
The showman in this place is unmatched.
Yeah. and he gestures to the door and says, "Follow me."
I'm going to leave a very high Yelp review.
Yeah, I mean, that is what we strive for. Yelp has killed many industries much like ours, but we are so grandiose that, as you see, we haven't been hurting. But yeah, he gestures for you to follow him. So he leads you outside to the cart of one Zoltan Tubbs, which is now the party vehicle, the party train.
Party train, yeah.
And says, well, let's be on our way to the charming hamlet of Oakhurst. And at this point, we can call it or we can head to Oakhurst. Like,
let's head to Oakhurst, man.
Go.
If you are down there, we can at least get to Oakhurst.
Hally ho!
Yeah, and Note is whistling Lowrider the whole ride there.
Yeah.
Because of course Tubbs has a Lowrider, right? Like,
well, it's definitely got like gold filigree on the side,
like gold hubcaps or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude,
gold spokes.
Absolutely.
You got some spinners up in that bitch.
Oh come on, you know it. It's got like just the like absolute like if you could think of like in Cheech and Chong, like it's got like the actual like dashboard just covered in fur, you know. It's got fuzzy dice.
You have like the tiny steering wheel with the chains.
Yeah. I actually take that bitch off and like put it in a little lockbox, you know, and put it back on. You know, it's gold chain though.
All right, so you all get in the cart, and Quartermaster Forense directs for you, Zoltan, because you're obviously driving this cart, to head north on the old road. So you guys start heading north, and as you get a couple hours outside of the city or whatever, there's a couple of winding, thinner patches of the road that seem to be less traveled or whatever. And that is where you currently find yourselves. And as you're trundling along, I'd imagine bantering about how showy and awesome you all are.
I definitely am.
Yeah.
But she's also really trying. She's very interested in the skill sets of the others. I mean, she does appreciate, martial and in combat finesse and others. So she's not completely like, she's just used to being a little bit of a rock star. She's not completely self-absorbed. You know, she does.
Yeah, sure. I need a. I guess everybody roll a perception check.
Hey, it's our first actual character sheet rolls. Get that 22. 21's not bad either.
What do you see with your vampire eyes?
So, almost simultaneously, both Farinor and Shep, traveling down this small road surrounded by bushes and light vegetation and stuff. You both hear a rustling from the bushes somewhere to your left. And do you?
Must be nothing.
Yeah.
Must have been my imagination.
All right, so you just keep going forward, huh?
I mean, we inspected, I guess. I mean, I don't know what's in the bush.
You should announce it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of getting at is.
Oh, there's something in that bush over there.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Shep just kind of points at his eyes and points over here to the bush.
Does the tactical eyes?
Oh, man. I do believe that our two quiet ones are trying to tell us that there is something in that bush.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that is pretty apropos, that like the flashier, talkier ones were like kind of oblivious.
Yeah.
And the quiet
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have now.
I'm about to throw a fireball at that bush.
If you want to do that, you can.
I am prepared to, but I'm not about to instigate. It could be a business venture.
I mean, I think you should stop the cart.
Oh yeah. I've already stopped the cart.
Well, no, you can't say that because you.
I said whoa. I'm sorry. Okay, I meant to. That was implying. Yeah.
I thought about stopping the cart. So
he was talking to the mule to make it stop.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I've stopped the cart now.
Okay.
Shep kind of
prepare a fireball.
Throws his legs over the side of the cart and hops down, and is going to try to, carefully creep up to the bush. Basically, I mean, he wants to. Is there anything? I know you said it was like small vegetation. Is there anything that he could hide behind, like trees?
I mean a bush.
Same bush. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's not any trees. It's all like I said, it's all like low vegetation and scrubs. I mean, the bushes are of decent size.
Someone go with him. Just
okay. Well, he's gonna like squat down and lower his.
As he's getting off, I want to kind of just like put my hand on his shoulder and I say, "Shep, go as the great hero that you are." And I cast heroism on him.
Ooh, what's heroism?
It's plus health, isn't it? Like temporary HP.
Some temporary HP, and you can't be frightened.
That's right.
Cool.
There you go.
So you
Val will hop up and go with him.
Get. Let's see. At the start of each of your turn, while this lasts, your temporary HP will reset to 4.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so you're going to investigate the bush.
I will mind cart.
I would like to sneak up on the bush.
Okay, then roll a stealth.
Let's be stealthy. That's his MO. Oh no, not today.
Not at all.
So
you just trundle up to the fucking bush.
Yeah, he's a little hungover.
Right.
He's still not being his best me.
But at least he's not exhausted.
That's true.
I mean, move your token if you're moving your character somewhere.
Well,
are we on a map?
We're in the bar.
God damn it! I did the same thing. I pulled up a map and didn't move you to it. I am new at this.
It's all right.
Unacceptable.
I thought this was theater of the mind.
Okay, so which bush?
You heard rustling from bushes off to your left, but like I already had you kind of up here.
Okay, so he's gonna hop right in here. He's getting in there.
All right, and I hope you're all excited because I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Fuck yeah!
Wow.
As
put that Turner up, dog.
As you kind of stomp through the bush trying to be stealthy, but I guess you like trip a little bit or whatever.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Told you I had that fireball prepped.
As you kind of blunder your way through the bush a little bit because of your hangover, 6 creatures, I guess you can assume they're creatures, pop out of the bushes. Oh, sorry. I'm not good at Roll20 yet.
That's all right. You'll get used to it, buddy.
Yeah,
it's your first encounter.
You've been doing great. So
doing
far.
real good. You're doing real good.
Fantastic.
I'm so immersed. Damn it. The cat keeps attacking me.
Broke your immersion. Broke concentration.
Shep, did you add your 4?
I did.
Nice. So that resets at the top of every round.
Sweet.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also have to. God damn it.
There you go. Do you remember you can click on the token and just click that little init button that you made?
That's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, but Shep pops into the bush, but the one that was right there in the bush does get a fucking surprise attack on you.
Snap.
And I didn't even describe what you're kind of up against. These like 5 or 6 little creature things like pop up, but they look like plants. Like they look like little like shrubs that a lot of the like leaves have fallen off or whatever, but they're using their roots to kind of walk around in a semi-humanoid fashion. And the first of these twig blights attempts to claw Shep.
Jesus, a lot of dice. And he hits me.
For 3 piercing damage.
All right.
And one more pops up and gets another free attack with a claw.
He misses.
He misses. All right. Now, your turn. Your first
you do know you're
combat. Huh?
You do know you're rolling those on the table, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which how do I need to like?
We'll go over that. We'll go over that later.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like we'll just get through this fight. But yeah, so you get two of them kind of shamble up to you on their little rooty legs and try to claw at you. One of them gets a little bit of damage and one misses completely. And I mean, I don't think you can all see them. Like I think just Shep and maybe Val can even see any of them.
I'm actually raised up in the cart still. Should I be able to see them?
Well, technically, they're all in the cart, right?
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, you tell me, but I got this straight line right here in between the 2 bushes.
I mean, you can maybe see a little bit of their like arms or whatever. The bushes are pretty decent size, like 3 or 4 foot tall bushes, but so are the twig blights.
Uh-huh.
They're pretty small as well, so you can see some movement, but you can't really make out what it is behind the bushes.
I mean, what about these up at the top? We don't see. Like, I guess what I'm asking is, would I know that there's at least something over there?
I mean, I don't think so. No, I don't think. I mean, because it's behind a bush as well,
Yeah.
and y'all are kind of far away.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
So, I mean, but if anybody wants to call out that something's going on, that wouldn't hurt. But I'm
That
sure
just means that these things are small. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty small. So, I mean, it's your turn, Zoltan, but as of right now, all you know is that Shep and Valeria got off the cart.
They went into the bushes, yeah.
Right. I'm just going to call out to Shep. See anything?
And you hear him, the roar that he gives off after being hit by this one twig blight.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take that as yes. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I guess jump out of the cart at this point, which I'm guessing would have my movement speed.
Yeah, I guess. Have it, you think, or just take 5 or 10 feet?
Yeah, so let's see. Okay, 5 or 10 feet. I've got a total of 25 movement speed, so that puts me
5 feet of your movement.
Okay, if I went to right here, would I be able to see them or no?
I mean, they're still behind bushes no matter what.
Okay. This sucks. Okay, so
Shep.
Huh? Yeah, I can see Shep, and that's it. Okay, yeah, that's just a shitty spot for me to go. If that's the case, I'm just gonna go right here. All right, yeah, that's all I really can do. I can't really do anything else. Yeah. I can dash. That's all right. That's right. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and move another. I'm not gonna use a full dash, but I'm just gonna move right here. This
Okay, so when you get right there, you can see to your north. You see one of the twig blights moving, to either get in position to get behind the bush or to move on Shep.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure, but you do actually see one of the twig blights.
We have plant monsters.
Plant monsters.
Yeah, and Quartermaster Ferenze looks at the 2 remaining people on the cart and says, "Well, I'm only here in a supervisory manner. This is your job."
Are they assassin vines? We have such things. In short, very dangerous plants that can strangle you. Do they look like this thing?
Very tiny. That's about it.
I mean, not compared to you, they're not very tiny.
Well, that's true. That's true. They're about my height, and they're walking. I don't think so.
All right.
Do you still have an action left?
No, because I use it a dash.
Okay. All right. Then, is it me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is your turn.
Val is going to fly up about 15 feet.
Okay. And you can just fly as I've never played with a tiefling.
Yes.
Yes.
You can just fly out the gate. Is that like something you have to pick?
Yeah, it's basically I don't get to have
Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, the Infernal Legacy trait. So.
Oh, okay. So
it's a trade-off.
So Valeria unfurls her pink and purple wings and just decides to say, "Fuck all this cover noise," and flies over the bushes.
And she's gonna get a good look at them and call back to the group. Looks like there's 6 of them. Yeah, they're little twiggy bush bastards. I don't know, freaking me out. And she's going to cast Sacred Flame. Ooh.
Cast what?
Sacred Flame.
And that
radiant damage.
Yes. You will do a
DC 12 Dex.
Yeah, Dex.
10.
Nice.
All right, it hits for 1d8.
Well,
Here
what
we go.
is that? Oh, it puts a 4 just as a stock number.
No, that's just what you roll.
Or you rolled
4. That's it.
Yeah.
It just automatically rolls.
Oh, I got you. Okay, and which one were you hitting? Ping it.
Sorry, the one directly north of ship.
Oh, this one. Okay. And it bursts into flame. I mean, you burn it down with one hit.
Oh, sweet.
Huh.
Burn it down, set your soul free. Set your soul free.
This whole night.
Sorry.
And that's gonna be her turn.
Well, you just flew directly up. You didn't move in any direction.
Yeah, I just flew up because I wanted to see where everybody was, and that way I can kind of shout back to everybody, the rest of the group.
I mean, are you still flying?
Yeah, I'm just like flap, flap, flap.
Okay. So then we will move on to Stiletto Note.
All right, so Note is going to use her feline agility to move twice her movement in this turn and come around the back here. So it's 45 feet. So she still is going to have, it's 45 feet. So she's still going to have a little movement left after that, another 15 feet. And then she's going to pull out her whip and go and try to just snap this twig blight in half with her whip. 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits. 7. Yeah, you do that. You straight up snap its ass in half, apparently damaging whatever kind of essential organs it has as a tree thing. And
listen to the sound, the rhythm of my whip. And then she uses her last 15 feet to retreat a little bit right here. And let me put up feline agility so you can know what that is for you as a DM.
Neat.
And that is my turn.
All right. Yep. Shep's just gonna let out this loud guttural scream, then release his rage, if you will, and just use his great axe. What?
Go ahead.
Okay. And swing with his mighty great axe.
Nice.
And because he hits on the first round of combat, he is going to get an extra 2d6, so an extra 7 damage.
What is that from?
Bugbear trait.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah. Well,
so I mean, 15 damage.
You fucking like turn this thing into wood chips.
plus 2 from rage, so 17.
Yeah, I mean, you just turned it into a fucking little pile of wood chips, like very neatly stacked somehow.
And then
like immediate kindling.
He's gonna move up right here. On to the next one.
All right.
And that's all I've got. Actually, we're going to just move up to here since he's got 10 foot of reach.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
There's a lot of obstruction.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You might just have to just waste your turn with a dash. You might want to get one more to the left of me. Oh, yeah, you should be able to.
I don't think he can move another feet without using
Oh, yeah. No, that is with a dash.
I'm just saying, I have a line of sight on that one. I can hit it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right. So that's your turn.
Right.
I'm attacking it.
Magic missile.
Automatic hit.
For 2 damage?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You hit it with a magic missile. It does not die, however. And it is the Twig Blights' turn. And they, if they were any more intelligent, would run the fuck away. But they aren't. So this one moves forward and attempts to claw Zoltan. You see this little spindly fucking bushman thing that's already been, hit with a magic missile, so it's kind of charred on one side. Just skitter towards you, and try to claw at you.
Nope. 15 is my AC.
15 is?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa.
Stout ass little guy.
And then these two, or this one moves, right here in front of Shep, tries to claw on him. 16
hits
for 5 damage.
So 2 or 3?
It's 2.
2.
2 round down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, this one just moves like around right here, trying to help out its buddy, but it can't get much further than that.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
So I get 4 more temporary HP back. I like that.
Yeah,
That's really
pretty
cool.
nice.
That's really cool.
That's really cool for like a first level thing.
Yeah, heroism's great.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it was fitting too, flavorful for who she is.
All right. So Zoltan, it's back to you.
All right, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and use Firebolt. Yeah, so I'm assuming that hits.
Actually, no,
that's
it does
damage.
not.
That's a damage.
Oh yeah.
It? Yeah.
How does that work? What? I mean, is Firebolt an automatic hit?
No,
No, that's
not
not
damage.
Well,
That's
to
the
hit
roll.
their AC.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see.
Seriously, John, Heath, is this the first time you've played Roll20 and seen a attack made?
What the heck? Okay, that's the attack roll. So
First time I've had the stress of a fucking party
You
DMing.
get to
Where is
attack. Why do you
You
get to hold on? Why do you get to roll Firebolt again?
no, I don't. It's just that
12 to a hit.
No,
Miss.
yeah. Oh, okay. That's hit. Okay, I thought
That's
that was
the hit.
damage. Okay.
Yeah.
You
Oh my
click
god!
Firebolt.
Like seriously, we've been playing this game for so long.
I was looking at it and I was thinking that was a damage. I was looking at like how magic
That's
missile.
how
Yeah.
You would click Firebolt to make it roll the damage like that.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm absolutely baffled right now.
No. You're good. You're good. All right.
I know.
All right.
You
So,
both
yeah,
Like, no, simmer down.
You both start launching firebolts, but you both miss. You both send them wide.
That wasn't
No.
Theranos turn.
Disregard that. My second firebolt and fair
I'm
enough.
not talking about yours. Then
No,
Farrell.
it's
Not
not
his
his
turn.
turn. He was
I was
just
just
showing.
knowing how it's done.
Okay, goddamn.
Oh my god! Hey, everybody, take a second. Remember how Roll20 works. I'm very surprised at you, John. Very surprised at you. I give you Heath. I'll give you the credit because you're DMing, but John, terrible, just terrible.
I was looking at that, thinking that was a damage, not the hit. I was wondering for a second.
I mean, we heard you the first 3 times you said it. We get it. You made
Okay.
it happen.
Love you, John. Love you, John.
Adam does not love you. Don't believe him. All right. So Zoltan slings a firebolt. It goes a little wide, misses, singes the bush behind the twig blight. And then we'll move to Valeria's turn.
All right, so Val is going to move. She's going to kind of swoop down on this guy and give him the old smack with the mace.
All right.
Which is in here somewhere. Yep.
Oh no!
Fail.
First critical fail.
So you try to swoop down across and like kind of through the edge of a bush, and that tangles you up a little bit. And when you swing with your mace, you you miss and hit your own foot for 2 damage.
No bueno. I meant to do that. I was just trying to be showy.
That says, Val, relax and let the music of the blade inside of you. Let it flow. You must wash away all of your thoughts.
I don't know.
Become a dance.
I don't know about that, but we can do some more flame work over here. And as a wait, no, that's not.
Nope, cantrips are bonus action.
Thought it was bonus action. Shit shingles. All right, I'm done.
You'll get that one day, Emily.
God damn it! That is so hard for me. Sorry.
It is Stiletto Note's turn.
Is it my turn? All right. She's gonna. Oh, wonderful. All right. So she's gonna come in with her rapier. Okay, 16.
That does hit. For 8 piercing damage. You hit him pretty good, but this one you notice is a little beefier than the other 4 you've slain, so it doesn't quite kill him.
All right, and then she's going to blow on her horn and give Valeria a little bardic inspiration to try to get her head in the game, to get her to hear the music of the blade.
Right. Yeah, got it. Music. It's a horn. I thought it was going to be more like a harp. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But it is difficult to play a harp while I swing my blade.
Fair enough.
All right. And Shep.
Staying where he's at, he's just going to pull his axe from behind him, drag it along the ground, and like an uppercut, try and split it right up the middle. No.
And you are so focused on the power of it that you miss completely. And like you take off like 1 leaf.
It's like a golf swing where you just like hit a divot out of the ground.
Yeah. And remind me on rage, how long do I have before I lose it? Because I did not.
It lasts a minute, but if you don't take damage this turn, you'll lose it because you didn't deal damage. So you have to take damage this turn.
Okay. All right. Well,
fair enough.
We're gonna try and force that. Shep's gonna move past this guy to here.
Oh,
he's gonna take a opportunity.
Yeah, that's what he wants. That's what he wants to do.
I'm trying to force the damage.
Oh, you should have moved. You should have moved to the other one, so it could have tried to get. Yeah. It's all right.
Wait, do I get a +2 for rage?
+2 what?
To attack, or is that just
it's just on damage?
Okay.
All right, and now Farinor, that is your turn, right?
Yeah, that was the end of me.
All right, I'm going to use Firebolt.
Nice.
On.
Now, John, the 19 is not the damage. That's a 2 hit.
I figured out what the problem was, but that's neither here or there.
You hit it for 1 damage?
I guess it's pretty damn weak.
That sucks.
It is a cantrip, though, right?
Well, level 1 too. You know.
Yeah, level 1 cantrip. Okay, well, you singe a good chunk of its kind of where its head would be if it were a human, but it's still not down. And
that makes sense to me. Firebolt is rolling a 1d10. It's a cantrip. Magic Missile was 1d4 + 1, and it's a level 1 spell.
It's supposed to be
guaranteed, and it's a guaranteed hit.
It's also a guaranteed hit.
It's supposed to be what?
I think I don't think that's right though.
I think it's 2d4 at first level.
I think it's 3d4.
Right, it's doing 3 darts that are each 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, so I think the way they have magic missile is you have to roll it for each time.
Like Scorching Ray.
That's
Okay.
who was having trouble with magic missile?
Me.
That's why.
So that should
That's
have been
why,
triple
because
that other time.
you do have to roll it for as many times. So you're gonna have to roll it 3 times for level 1, and then every level up you add another dart.
Okay.
Well, that's because you can direct them to different places.
I get it. Oh well, just don't worry about it. I know that for the future.
Yeah. All right. So, having hit it, this twig blight is going to swing on you, the one in front of, or almost in front of you, with his claw. 19.
3 damage.
Yup. And then this one is going to move up past his buddy, and he's also going to swing on you.
Damn,
another 19.
Fucking level 1. You were so squishy at level 1.
I know. And then the northmost still living twig blight is going to swing on Valeria, kind of halfway in the bush. He's like, "You're in my home now." 22.
What the fuck?
Got it with the 5. All right, and that is the twig blight's turn.
Damn.
All right, my turn. I am going to firebolt again.
Nice.
There we go.
The one in front of you, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and you explode him. You know, just a shower of...
I just grab its face and just do it.
Yeah, just put it right on him.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's one more down.
Nice.
All right.
Nice job, Zoltan.
Yeah. The advantage took off the advantage on the roll, which threw me off. And whenever it looks like, and it, if you do, it looks like the fucking magic missile. That's why. Yeah.
So, back to Valeria.
So she's gonna fly back up for another 5 feet. So that's gonna put her about.
It's gonna provoke an opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, well she's not gonna do that. She's instead going to. God, forgot about that whole being up in the air still provokes. We're gonna do.
How high are you in the air?
She's got wings.
Like,
she can fly. She has wings.
Yeah, I know. I said how high in the air is she?
Oh, she's like 5 feet.
Yeah,
She hit her because she hit the twig bite.
Okay, so let's get that DC or that save, and let's see. Let's see.
Oh yeah. DC, yeah, Dex.
Nice.
All right.
So you hit him for 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he dies.
Huzzah! And now I'm going to take my movement.
The heat of the beat seems to have inspired you. That was an amazing attack.
Put over here, just get a little bit closer, and that's going to be me. That's my turn.
All right. Notes just like takes her turn to just like dance.
That might be the case because I don't know if I can get. Oh yeah, I can.
Should say, have you moved?
You should be able to. Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna get in there and do a little rapier action. Poop.
That is a miss. I mean, a rapier is a very thin weapon. You're just stabbing through his foliage.
Great. And now I'm in a position where I don't think I'm going to be able to.
If you can get here.
You should be.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
Yep. Just going to charge in and do something new.
So you're not raged.
I am not raged.
Right. Holy fuck. You can do 16 damage?
Jesus
oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you like chop him in half, and then as the top half is falling, you like chop that again like 3 times like a samurai.
Oh my
Stone
God.
axe.
16. That's like a hit for like level 5 or 6 characters sometimes.
Holy shit.
That's like a China and a bull shop.
It is a big 2-handed weapon.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, got that max damage.
He could do 30 at max damage on round 1.
That's insane.
30. How would you do 30?
Because he gets that 2d6.
Because I get a 2d6 for dealing damage on the first turn of combat.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
so
you definitely
you
killed it.
You have killed all the twig blights.
Yay! We did it, guys. First battle. We're victorious. Nobody died.
Level 2. Leveled up, boys.
Shep throws his arms out and leans his head back and just roars again. This is what he lives for.
Quartermaster. What now?
Nothing.
Nothing. Firenze from the cart does the like pretentious like clap.
Like
and says, "Now shall we be on to Oak-Hill?"
No, it was like, did we do well? Did we please you, Quartermaster?
You vanquished your foes, so you could have done worse.
Do you think that we would, how you say, got more experience for this fight?
In terms of what the word experience means in the real world, yes. But I told you on session 0, this is a
Milestones.
Oh, it's milestone, right? I forgot. Okay, cool.
Yes, you are more experienced at fighting twig blights.
All right.
But yeah, so he, so shall we be on to Oak-Hill? We're fairly close now.
As everybody's like walking back to the thing, she says, My new brothers and sisters, did you hear it? Did you hear the sound of the blade as we fought these twig blights? Did you hear it? Did you feel it?
Yeah, that whoosh whoosh bit. Yeah.
The rhythm of that great axe was quite stunning, I must say, Shep. That was beautiful.
It was very scary.
Yeah. It makes me want to be closer and farther from you at the same time. So, yeah, it's got a lot going for you there, Shep. And when I get back in the wagon, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds because fucking little twig bite.
You and Fairnor both got rocked a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on Fairnor. I'll be like, and to you, sorcerer.
Awesome.
It looks like you did some interesting things as well. I like your playing with fire. Here is some music to make you soothed. Boom!
Damn.
Wow.
I appreciate it.
No problem. It is my pleasure. I hope that you do open more to us, as we would like to get to know you, just as I've got to know some of these others.
Indeed.
All right. So you carry on down the road, and Quartermaster Firenze said you were pretty close to Oakhurst now. You start seeing a few farms and like shacks and little humble abodes, as it were. And then you crest a hill, and when you come over it, you see down the hill a little bit the hamlet of Oakhurst. And it is it's a little farming village, like there's nothing super fancy there, just a bunch of like houses with not mud house, like wooden cabins and stuff like that. Maybe what's the word for it? They're like hay roof.
Thatched.
Yeah, thatched roofed houses.
Thatched roof cottages.
Never heard someone be that excited for thatched roof houses.
Sorry, it's from Trogdor. So.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. But you crest the hill and you see this hamlet kind of below you. You're softly or not at too much of a steep decline going down this hill. And as you're like taking in the scenery of this obviously charming but very tiny little hamlet, you hear some rumbling, and across the road zips a cart drawn by a couple of ponies. And on the driver's seat of the cart are two obviously very young boys who looked panicked. They're running. They're going across the road, not like down it, at a breakneck pace, as though they're running from something. And you see on the side of the cart, which is loaded with grain and what looks like oats and like feed for horses and cattle and stuff like that. You see the words painted on the side of the cart, Holland Oats.
Holland Oats. I love it.
Wow.
And
taking inspiration.
Right.
What'd you say, Heath?
And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Oh. Nice.